The following broadcast is a presentation of WYNY Sports and copyright 2024 Neversink Media Group. Warrior football fans, get ready. Settle in for some incredible football action. This is Delaware Valley High School football on the Pike. Stay here so you don't miss a single minute of the excitement. Who's ready for some football? Warriors football. All right, let's go to the field for some gridiron glory. With the play-by-play, here's Jake Graziano.
It's a battle of perennial district powerhouses as tonight the Pike proudly presents Delaware Valley High School football. It's the Delaware Valley Warriors on the road to face the Jersey Shore Bulldogs at Thompson Street Stadium in the first all-time meeting between these two schools. With Jack George producing back in our Pike 106.9 studios and alongside Craig Brown, I'm Jake Graziano. We thank you for joining us for the Mike Uzzolino countdown to kickoff here in week number 2. Craig, I think I speak for both of us when I say it's good to be back.
Yeah. I mean, it's great to be back up in the booth here and having the best seat in the house. Watch the Warriors here in 2024.
Building off of a very strong 2023 season, DV went 10-4 last year, picked up a state playoff win before falling in the quarters. But let's shift to 2024 now, week 1. The opener down in Florida last week against Lincoln. Didn't quite go Delaware Valley's way. 35-7 was the final. It was 35-0 Lincoln at halftime, and really just an incredibly explosive team. We'll hear more about that from Coach Olsmer during our conversation with him. 3 50-plus yard touchdowns in that game for the opposing team, and you know, Coach Olsmer said it. This was a team that was fast, they were big, and they were very physical.
Yeah, there's a reason he schedules these games, right? That's the kind of, talent and speed you're going to see when you get to the state quarterfinals and state semifinals in 5A or 6A. So you can't prepare for that kind of speed if you don't play it. So if you want to be able to make a deep state run, you need to be prepared for that kind of talent. So they took their licks last week, but you can't see that by playing a District 2 schedule. So this is why he does it.
And we'll see more of that here tonight against Jersey Shore, one of the best teams in the state for 5 years running in the 4A classification. As for some highlights from last week's game, Logan Olsmer stands out, played strong. Really difficult assignment for him, facing a menacing pass rush and difficult secondary of Lincoln. And Logan was able to put up over 100 total yards. And an interesting new face flashed his potential too. Tight end James Dabney coming in around 60 yards receiving, hauled in a touchdown as well. So some hope in the passing game for DV this season. Yeah,
we've spoken off air about this. Delaware Valley lost, and Logan lost his top 5 targets from last year. So it's definitely a learning experience for these guys, in their first varsity action on the field. So it's not something you can prepare for in practice. They're going to grow as we move forward in the season, but you're going to have some growing pains early on probably with this receiving core. But it was a great throw on that pass by Logan and an equally great catch by Dabney.
There's some other players too that are very interesting in that receiving group. Trey Newton is one, Colin McGarvey, 2 guys that we expect to factor in here tonight. So, yes, while DV lost their top 5 receivers from last year, there are capable players who are ready to step in and fill the void. And as far as the running game goes, the big name, of course, is Mike Uzzolino. We saw what he had in him last season. He ends up with 10 carries for 31 yards last week. But we've seen the motor that he has and just the game speed of Mike Uzzolino. Once he gets out into the open field, he's a hard guy to catch, and he's someone who came in nearly 400 yards rushing on under 50 carries last season.
Yeah, very different back, than we saw last year starting the backfield. Mike, a single cut guy. Yeah. So, he's a one cut and go guy.
Yep.
He's not a dancer. He's not going to make a lot of guys miss in the hole. But when he gets north-south, he motors. I mean, he's moving. So if you don't stop him at the first 2 levels, at the line of scrimmage and linebacker level, if he gets in the secondary, pretty good chance he's going to go to the distance.
We'll talk more about this Delaware Valley team as the night goes on. We'll also introduce you to tonight's opponents, Jersey Shore, in just a little bit. But now we're going to take our first break here on the Uzzolino Countdown to Kickoff. And when we return, we have our conversation with head coach Keith Olsmer. Stick with us. You're listening to Delaware Valley High School football on the Pike.
As Christmas approaches, get your tree at Olsmer's Christmas Tree Farm in Sterling, Pennsylvania. Open every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday until Thanksgiving. Olsmer's Christmas Tree Farm is a choose and cut farm since 1983, offering the best in quality and variety. Choose your Christmas tree from balsam, blue spruce, Engelmann spruce, Fraser fir, Douglas fir, Norway spruce, and concolor fir. Visit them online at olsmerstreefarm.com. This year, get your Christmas tree at Olsmer's Christmas Tree Farm.
Looking to buy or sell your home in the tri-state area? Meet Michael Usolino, your trusted realtor at Iron Valley Real Estate Tri-State, located in historic Milford, Pennsylvania. With a passion for helping people, Michael makes you his top priority. Expect timely, reliable, and personalized service every step of the way. Whether you're downsizing, upsizing, or relocating, Michael ensures a smooth, stress-free transaction. Trust Michael Usolino to turn your real estate dreams into reality. Visit Michael at michael.ironvalleyrealestatetristate.com and start your journey with the best.
Oliger Injury Law, because injury law is what they do. They have compassionately and successfully represented hundreds of clients harmed by car accidents, falls, defective products and machines, and medical and legal malpractice. Licensed in New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania, Oliger Injury Law works hard for their clients, and they always strive to succeed. If you've been injured, call Oliger Injury Law today at 570-296-7300, 570-296-7300, online at tristatetrial.com.
This is Delaware Valley High School football on the Pike.
Back now on the Mike Uzzolino Countdown to Kickoff. We're joined by head coach Keith Olsmer. Coach, the start of a brand new season. How are you feeling heading into week 2?
We seriously took our beating week 1, and Coach Paterno, when I played for him, he always used to say the biggest time for improvement is between week 1 and week 2. And Lincoln was a really good school. Playing as many guys that were inexperienced, probably not the best time to play a team as experienced and as good as they were. I'm interested to see what we've done over the course of this week. I thought we had a good week of practice. Our kids, they know not to feel sorry for themselves because Jersey Shore is no slouch.
You're talking about improvement. What are some specific areas where you'll be looking for improvement here tonight?
I think our communication up front is something that needs to improve. We got to tackle better. We didn't tackle well at all. Part of that, though, was because the speed of the game was like lightning bolts all around the field. So, I think if we tackle better and communicate better up front on the O-line, we'll be in pretty good shape.
We know how much talent you lost last season, and we know some of the familiar names that returned, like Logan Olsmer, Uzzolino in the backfield. There are other names as well, Pasquale Ventucci up front. But who are some of the more under-the-radar guys or some potential guys who are going to break out and become big pieces of this team this season?
Well, I'm going to start because he ran by. Reagan Decker is the best kicker we've ever had, and he's never kicked in a game. And you'll see on the first kickoff what I mean. He may not be there yet in terms of with the field goals, and he'll get there. But he's going to be tremendous for us. We have 2 really good tight ends. Unfortunately, Tegan's not with us tonight, but James Dabney is another one. We have those 2 are going to be very good for us. And on the outside, we moved Colin McGarvey late last season. And then Trey Newton, a young guy, he's a freshman. Those guys are going to be just fine for us.
Yeah, and that's a group that you guys lost you lost your 5 leading receivers from last season. So players like Dabney and Newton, how have they looked so far this summer? It seems like you're pretty confident in them, but how have they looked so far this year?
They've done a really nice job. And actually, James's twin brother, Drew, was another wideout for us. So, we're young. They've had really good summers, and I'm hoping that they continue to grow throughout the course of the season.
Let's talk about Jersey Shore now. Here on the road facing them, way different style than some of what you see when you're playing in district. This is an up-tempo team. What kind of challenges do they present playing that type of offense?
Well, just the speed at which they play. They don't do a million different things. What they do extremely well, and they do it at a very, very fast clip. So I think our kids, being prepared for that pace is really important.
And just, you're coming out to this area for the second year in a row, played Selinsgrove last year. There's some good football out here. What's allowed you to start scheduling games against these teams out here?
I think some of the teams from out here are in a similar spot that we are, that hey, we need to improve ourselves if we want to compete better at the state level. And this is a really good program for us, even though they're 4A. They're still a very good team. And it gives us an opportunity. It gives our kids an opportunity to see a great atmosphere, play in a great facility. And you learn that, there's more football than just what's played in District 2.
Coach, thank you for your time tonight. Good luck.
Thank you.
That was head coach Keith Olsmer here on the Uzzolino Countdown to Kickoff. We'll take a break and be right back here on the Pike.
When the game is on the line, the Warriors count on their coaches to help them come out on top. Just like you can count on the experts at Olsmer Clark Insurance to tackle all your insurance needs. From business to personal, auto to home, Olsmer Clark Insurance has the skill to find the right coverage at the right price to help you protect what matters most. As an independent insurance agency, Olsmer Clark gives you the power of choice. Visit olsmerclark.com to learn more about how you can protect what matters most to you with the help of Olsmer Clark Insurance.
Little Pediatrics is proud to sponsor our local football heroes. Your neighbor, Dr. Sarah Little, tackles your child's health with the same dedication and teamwork you see on the field. For newborns to teens, routine checkups, vaccinations, or specialized care. Little Pediatrics, 11 Orchard Street, Port Jervis. Open Monday through Friday and Saturdays until 1. Call 845-672-3995. Little Pediatrics, where your child's health is always a victory.
Hey, this is TC from Action Bikes and Outdoor. The temperatures are finally cooling off, and we've been cranking up on the cycling by riding our local trails, roads, state parks, and neighborhoods. If you're in the market for a new bike, we have a massive selection to choose from and some great deals. If you've been riding your bike all season, it may also be time for a tune-up so your bike is safe and working perfectly for the remainder of the year. Whatever your needs may be, our sales and service team is here 7 days a week to assist you with all of your cycling and paddling needs. Come see us anytime. We're located at 611 Broad Street in downtown Milford.
Listen anywhere on your smartphone or tablet. Download the Pike 106.9 app for free.
Back now on the Uzzolino Countdown to Kickoff. We're joined by senior lineman Pasquale Ventucci, and we're also being joined by senior quarterback and defensive back Logan Olsmer. Guys, tough result in week one, but playing a really good team. Opportunity to get better here tonight against Jersey Shore. What are we looking for out on the field tonight?
I would just say effort from everyone. I thought at times last week we were flat and we weren't really energetic, which we need on a football field. So I say that's where we start, but a lot of mistakes that we had last week that we could fix tonight.
Yeah, definitely physicality too. A lot of mistakes, like Logan said, were fixable. There were a lot of mental mistakes. We had a great work of practice this week, and we're really excited to get after it today.
What are some things that you guys are looking for from this Jersey Shore team? They've been really successful the last 5 or so years, bunch of district titles, some deep state playoff runs. This is a different team from some of the teams you get to face in district. What are you expecting from them tonight?
We're expecting a tough game. We're expecting them to come out, run a fast-paced offense, but we're ready for it.
I would say one thing that they don't have is as much speed, but they're going to be physical, and they're going to have their effort. They're going to give every play, they're going to give max effort. So it's going to test us to our effort, but I would say the one thing that is new from other teams is their effort.
You guys, obviously seniors, 2 of the leaders of this team. What are you looking forward to here in your senior season? What are some things that you're trying to accomplish? What are some goals on the field and off?
I think I can speak for both of us when I say being great leaders to this team. Our team last season had a lot of success, and we're trying to be the best leaders we can be and try to lead our team to another district championship like always and be 1-0 throughout the weeks.
I completely agree with Squally. Last year we lost a lot of leadership and talent, so someone's got to step up to replace that. So as leaders, that's the first thing we got to do, but also continue our streak. of 1-0 every week and went on get to a district championship.
Thank you, guys. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
That was Pasquale Ventucci and Logan Olsmer joining us here on the Uzzolino Countdown to Kickoff. Take another break, inching closer to kickoff between Delaware Valley and Jersey Shore here on the Pike.
Little Pediatrics is proud to sponsor our local football heroes. Your neighbor, Dr. Sarah Little, tackles your child's health with the same dedication and teamwork you see on the field. For newborns to teens, routine checkups, vaccinations, or specialized care. Little Pediatrics, 11 Orchard Street, Port Jervis. Open Monday through Friday and Saturdays until 1. Call 845-672-3995. Little Pediatrics, where your child's health is always a victory.
Babes, what are you doing?
What? I'm just mowing the lawn.
No, it's blazing hot and dry out here. Don't you remember? Smokey Bear says,
avoid using power equipment when it's windy or dry.
Where'd you learn this?
oh, it's on
SmokeyBear.com with many other wildfire prevention tips.
Right. Thanks, Honey Bear.
Because remember, only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Pike County's local radio station. Your home for TV football. The Pike 106.9.
Welcome back to the Mike Uzzolino Countdown to Kickoff. About 7 minutes away from kickoff here at Thompson Street Stadium here in Jersey Shore. Let's talk about the home team tonight, Craig, the Bulldogs. Really good program. Really strong 4A program. They've kind of owned District 4 over the last half decade. District championships in 16, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So it was 5 in a row. It was 6 out of 7. Fell last year to Selinsgrove, but they ended up going 10-1-1, so It was pretty darn good last year, too. Very strong program, another top-tier team that coach has scheduled.
Yeah, and Selinsgrove, as we know, very, very good team last year, and they actually tied during the regular season. So, they've built quite a bit of a dynasty here in District 4 Quad A. Run a spread offense, which is not real typical out in this area. So probably, and as you know, Coach and you spoke of earlier, very high tempo offense. And I think that's the challenge they really bring tonight. Delaware Valley used to be a team that used to run that kind of offense and had a lot of depth and not many kids played both sides of the ball. That's not the case anymore here, though. So that's something that Delaware Valley has to be concerned with tonight. Is are you in shape? Are you ready to defend 90 plays in a game? Because that's what you're going to see out of this Bulldog squad.
Yeah, and we've heard it from some of the guys here at Jersey Shore, too. This team is ready to go. They get right up to the line, and the moment that they're able to snap it, they are ready to. Davey just ran out onto the field, by the way. Jersey Shore will be following closely behind, as probably a little over 5 minutes away from kickoff, if I had to guess. Let's talk about Jersey Shore's opponent last week. District 2 opponent. Came to face Dallas, a team that made it to the state title game last year. Very competitive game between these two teams. Yeah, it's interesting. I got a chance to watch some of the tape from that game. Saw the first half, and I'll be honest, Dallas kind of was dominating the game. They were up 21-7 in the third quarter in that game, but they let it get away in the fourth. And look, at good teams take advantage of mistakes. And this Jersey Shore squad is a good team. It's a good program, good coaching. They understand how to take advantage of any opportunities that you give them, and that's what they did in the fourth quarter. Put up 2 touchdowns, shut Dallas out, and they were able to escape Mountaineer Stadium with a 28-21 win. Really big-time test for them in Week 1, and now they get Delaware Valley here in Week 2. And that was something that Coach alluded to in the pregame interview was Jersey Shore is in a similar position to DV, where they're looking to challenge themselves early in the season. They're also going to play Scranton Prep this year. So very similar programs in that they're not afraid to play anybody. Yeah, they're looking to improve their schedule just like Delaware Valley has over the years, because they understand when you get into the state playoffs, you need to have seen that better competition during the season. It does you no good to dominate your own district, your own league,
for 10 weeks and then go lose in the first round of the states. So there's a couple. Prep is doing the same thing. You see a lot of teams in our area that the better programs are starting to kind of adopt this Coach Olsemer philosophy when it comes to scheduling out of league games.
And it sets up some interesting matchups that you wouldn't otherwise see.
Yep, absolutely.
We're going to have our national anthem now here at Thompson Street Stadium, so we will step aside and take another break here on the Uzzolino Countdown to Kickoff. Just minutes away from getting this one started. Stick with us. You're listening to DV High School Football on the Pike.
Totally Awesome 80s. Hi, I'm Kent Jones. Join me each week for Totally Awesome 80s. It's all the great pop, rock, and party hits of the decade. Plus, we'll test your knowledge with the 80s quiz, the timeline, and feature your requests. If you love 80s music, it's all right here.
Totally Awesome 80s with Kent Jones.
The Pike presents Totally Awesome 80s, Sunday nights at 6.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting. A teenager. Learning the lingo.
Today I'm going to help parents translate teen slang. Now, when a teen says something is on fleek, it's exactly like saying, that's rad. It simply means that something is awesome or cool. Another one is totes. It's exactly like saying, totally, just shorter. As in, I totes love going to the mall with Becca. Another word you might hear is jelly. Jelly is a shorter, better way to say jealous. As in, Chloe, I am like so jelly of your unicorn phone case.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will think you're, rad just the same. To learn more, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Delaware Valley High School football on the Pike 106.9 and 1450 WYNY, Milford. Back to the action of Warrior football on the Pike.
Back here in Jersey Shore, a couple of minutes away from getting going between DV and Jersey Shore, the alma mater being played right now by the Bulldogs Marching Band. DV comes into this one 0-1. Jersey Shore 1-0 on the season after their season opening win against Dallas. Alongside Craig Brown, I'm Jake Graziano. We thank you for joining us tonight, wherever you may be, for week 2 of the Delaware Valley High School football season. Jack George producing back in our Pike 106.9 studios. We'll see what Delaware Valley has this week. Coming out after a tough loss in week 1, of course. We've talked about that. We've talked about what Lincoln represented. Difficult opponent. Doesn't get any easier here tonight. Testing themselves once again. See if DV can get off to a strong start, because that's something I feel like that's kind of plagued them over the years in these early season games, is getting behind early on and having to chase, and sometimes they'll get it close at the end. That's what happened last year against Selinsgrove. But it's just not a good position to put yourself in.
No, you need to, get started off on a good foot here. And we got to go back. Last week, that's a school district that has won a large division state title 3 times in the state of Florida.
Yeah.
And if you know anything about high school football, you understand the state of Florida is, kind of like ground zero, right? You have Florida, you have Texas, you have Ohio, you have Pennsylvania, California. Those are kind of the top 5. And when you're winning a state title in a large school classification in Florida, you're the real deal. So tonight, I think you're going to get a little more, physically speaking, much more even matchup up front. We'll see if Delaware Valley, in my opinion, what you worry about is the conditioning. So that's what's going to get tested on the defensive side of the ball tonight. Won't be maybe not quite as physical and certainly not as fast, but the pace of play is going to be a step ahead of what they had to deal with last week in terms of getting on the ball and snapping the ball.
And just to give one little nugget on Lincoln, this is courtesy of our pal Kevin Halpany, who filled in for us in great fashion last week. Kevin, our friend, our leader. There are multiple NFL All-Pros who came from that program.
This
is no joke. It's like what DV ran into in states last year against Emotep.
Correct.
Just one of the top programs in the country. I don't think that's a stretch to stay. So just a different animal. And Coach really talked about that pregame. But these guys are ready to go here tonight. Pregame temperature here in Jersey Shore hovering around 75 degrees. It's been overcast really all day. And we are ready to get going here. Great crowd on hand. Major contingent of Bulldog supporters. The student section known as the Dog Pound here. Jersey Shore coming out in their black jerseys with, their orange jerseys with black letters, black numbers, black pants for them. They wear an orange helmet with a black JS on it. And DV is wearing all white tonight on the road. White from top to bottom. Black numbers for Delaware Valley, black face mask on their white helmet.
Overcast here, but just checking the weather forecast, not supposed to rain tonight. So low chance of rain. So
good.
Hopefully we'll have a nice clean field to work with here.
And Delaware Valley will be kicking off here, Jersey Shore, to receive the opening kickoff in their home opener of the 2024 season. And this will be our first look at Reagan Decker, the new kicker that Coach Olsmer raved about. Lights just coming on here at Thompson Street Stadium. Looks like the officials are going to maybe reset the football. Number 13, Evan Snyder. Number 11, Brody Herr, back deep to receive this kick.
Yeah, you'll see Herr's going to touch the ball a lot tonight on the offensive side of the ball for Jersey Shore.
We'll talk more about the Jersey Shore starters as Decker sends it away. Line drive kick fielded around the 5-yard line by Herr. He takes it up the far sideline, crosses the 20 and the 30, and he's tracked down at about the 31-yard line. Jersey Shore will have it 1st and 10, moving right to left. Offensive starters tonight for the Bulldogs. We'll get you those in a moment. Up front, it's Owen Vandruff, Slate Sechrist, Zach Myers, Caden Walker, and Mason Larson is the center. The quarterback in his first season as the starter is Elijah Jordan. They'll feature two backs, both Sechrist and Brody Herr. As Craig mentioned, we will see quite a bit of him as Jersey Shore comes out in the eye, and the handoff goes to Herr, who cuts it up the middle and gets swallowed up by multiple DV defenders after a short gain.
Like Aiden Conklin initially on the contact for DV, and then a horde of Warriors kind of came in to finish things off.
And as advertised, Jersey Shore right back up to the line for this 2nd down and 8. Snap taken, quick drop back, and a completion here to the near side. A slip tackle from Paul Hale, but a nice cleanup job after a gain of about 8. It is going to be enough for a Jersey Shore 1st down.
Yeah, something tonight you got to watch out for. You're going to be on an island on the outside. Missed tackles can really be a big issue here tonight.
Hale is in motion, moving from the left side of the formation to the right. And here's a handoff that's blown up in the backfield by Ventucci, the senior captain of this defense. Ventucci with the tackle for loss.
Pasquale came on a slant untouched, almost took the handoff away. Loss of 2 there for the Bulldogs.
That was the fullback, Bo Sechrist there. Jersey Shore in the gun now, and it looks like a pre-snap penalty on Jersey Shore.
Back them up 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 17 for the Bulldogs.
Bulldogs will feature 5 receivers tonight. Evan Snyder, Paul Hale, Carson Watkins, Luke Ryan, and Trent Severino. The tight end is Luke Thompson. 2nd and 17 at the 35, just over a minute into this game. Quarterback rolls out to his right, under pressure, delivers complete to the far side, past the 40, goes down at about the 44. That completion there from Jordan.
So we saw 2 players slide on that play. Delaware Valley defender slipped out in the on the flats there, and of course the Bulldogs receiver as well. So maybe footing may be an issue here tonight on this field.
An all grass field. Another drop back here for Jordan. He's under pressure. He's moving around, bounces it out to the right. He's taking off into DV territory, up to the 40. Big hit, but not before a big gain of about 16. Converts the 3rd and 8.
Yeah, really nice job there of escaping the pressure and making something out of nothing on that particular play.
First down now at the DV 40. It's a handoff to her, who runs it off tackle. Her has space inside the 30, inside the 20, inside the 10, trying to get past McGarvey, and he is in. Brody Herr with a 40-yard touchdown run, and just like that, it's 6-0 Bulldogs, 2:15 into this game.
So right there you see that high-tempo offense. The outside of Delaware Valley's defense not really prepared on that play, and Herr got outside contained. Once he got into the secondary, tough guy to catch.
And Herr will now stay on to kick the extra point. High snap brought down, and the kick here from Herr is good. 7-0 Jersey Shore. DV will have it for the first time when we return. You're listening to DV High School Football on Pike 106.9.
Child abuse is not a bad parent problem.
And the causes may be different than you think.
You see, paid family leave
That prevents child abuse.
And high-quality, affordable childcare
prevents child abuse, too.
Prevent Child Abuse America promotes programs and resources informed by science that help communities, parents, and kids thrive.
Because when we keep families out of crisis, we prevent child abuse
from ever happening.
Go to preventchildabuse.org to learn more.
Let's solve child abuse before it ever happens.
Listen anywhere on your smartphone or tablet. Download the Pike 106.9 app for free.
Delaware Valley preparing for their first offensive possession of the night here at Thompson Street Stadium. Electric atmosphere so far here tonight. And why shouldn't there be, as Jersey Shore went down and scored in a hurry and capped it off with a 40-yard touchdown run from their stud tailback, Brody Herr, making it 7-0 with 9:45 to go in the game's opening quarter. Brody Herr will now kick it off for the Bulldogs, and it's a squib kick that's going to roll out of bounds. So a mistake there by Jersey Shore, and DV will now have good field position.
Yeah, that's a bit of a gift here, probably early on.
Logan Olsmer has his offense out on the field.
At the 35. I guess, at the end of the day, the 35 is not stupendous field position in high school, in my opinion. So,
yeah, you're probably on average starting around the 30, right?
Yeah.
25, 30.
Yeah.
So 1st and 10 DV at their own 35. Moving from left to right here in this first quarter. I formation. Uzzolino, the tailback. Olsmer drops back, looks to the near side. It's incomplete. Deflected at the line and intended for Colin McGarvey.
Yeah, it's a nice job there by Jersey Shore defender, number 32.
Give you the Warriors starting offense now. 5 players up front. Dylan Lynch, Amir Galit, Keegan Heath, Chris Renna, and Josh Ryan. Those are the 5 offensive linemen. Protecting the quarterback, Logan Olsmer. We've got an official's timeout right now. Player got a little bit banged up on the Jersey Shore side.
Zeke Sechrist there with the deflection on the previous play.
Officials now resetting the play clock. Another I formation look. Justin Estevez, the starting fullback this season, and Uzzolino, the tailback. Fake give to Uzzolino, and it's a play action completion to Estevez out in the flat. And Justin has enough for a first down. He picks up 12 up to the 47.
Bread and butter play here for this Delaware Valley offense out of play action. They love to get the ball to the fullback in the flat. And Logan with a nice high percentage pass there. 1st and 10 for Delaware Valley at their own 47.
We talked about how DV lost their 5 leading receivers from a season ago. Justin Estevez, the leading returning receiver from last year, hauls one in on the game's opening drive. Now a handoff to Uzzolino. Michael lowers his head, gains about 2 up to the 49. First time that we have seen Mike tonight.
Not a lot of space to work with there on the first carry of the night for Michael. Estevez will come off here.
Rest of the starting offense, the 3 receivers, Trey Newton, Colin McGarvey, and Drew Dabney, who just checked in as Estevez headed to the sideline, and the tight end, James Dabney, who had a team-high 58 yards receiving a week ago. 2nd and 9 DV, officially spotted at about the 48.5. Olsmer in the gun. Uzzolino standing to his left. Snap is on the ground. Logan, fortunately, able to cover it up.
That's something we saw last week as well. A similar situation out of the gun. And just, you got to work on that shotgun snap. You cannot give the ball away there. Unfortunately, it's going to be 3rd and call it 11 here for the Warriors now.
Backed up to their own 46. 8:10 remaining in this opening quarter. 7-0 Jersey Shore on the backs of a 40-yard rushing touchdown. DV back in the eye with Estevez back in the game. 2 receivers to the near right side of the formation. Play action fake. Logan rolling to the right. Throws it out to Estevez. Soft hands. And now a fumble after the reception. It is ruled a catch and a fumble. Recovered by the Bulldogs at the 49 of DV.
Well, we talked about in pregame that you wanted to get started on the right foot. And that's definitely not what we've seen so far here in the first few minutes of this football game for the Warriors.
That is correct. Inauspicious beginning for Delaware Valley here tonight. And that defense back out onto the field now. Jersey Shore beginning in the gun. Stepping up in the pocket, eluding some pressure is Jordan. There is a flag. Could this potentially be a face mask?
Could be a face mask or a hold. I'm not sure which it's going to be. I have a feeling it's going to be a hold. It looks like the way.
Yeah, DV looks
reaction.
happy. We have seen early on that the quarterback for Jersey Shore, Elijah Jordan, is extremely elusive.
Yeah, he's definitely a danger with the football in his hands. When things break down, he's a weapon.
Two receivers to each side of the formation now with Jordan in the gun. Hurst standing to his right. It's a bubble screen out to the far side right. Blockers in front, and a completion that crosses midfield here. That's number 13, Evan Snyder, the senior on the reception. As he crosses into DV territory, looks like it's spotted at the 46. It'll set up a second down in about 8. Handoff now to Herr. Herr's in trouble. He's not going to get away. Does fall forward for a couple.
Yeah, it didn't look like he was going to have anything there, but just able to cut back right before the line of scrimmage and pick up 2. 3rd and, well, call it 7 here.
And Jersey Shore ready to go once again. 3rd and long now, firing it out to the near side, incomplete, into the ground. Intended target was Luke Ryan.
First coaching decision here of the evening. Ball spotted at the 40, call it the 45, and it looks like the Bulldogs will send out the punting team here.
Notice
Herr is the punter, though, so one of their best athletes.
Yes.
Got to watch here.
Yeah, Herr handles all of the kicking duties for this Jersey Shore team. Colin McGarvey back deep to receive the punt for Delaware Valley. 6:59 on the game's opening quarter clock. Nice punt from Herr. Bounces around the 15, fielded by McGarvey inside the 10. McGarvey sidesteps a tackle, and then he's brought down at the 15-yard line. Delaware Valley will have their second offensive possession beginning there, trailing 7-0 here at Thompson Street Stadium.
Able to dodge a bullet there here halfway through this first quarter by turning the ball over on their own side of the field. Now the offense just needs to get some kind of rhythm here and get at least a couple first downs and flip this field.
Olsmer has his offense huddled up. Let's give you the starters defensively for Jersey Shore. Up front, it's Zeke Sechrist, Owen Vandriff, Slate Sechrist, and Luke Thompson. Olsmer up to the line now. Uzzolino, the lone tailback, standing behind him. It's a handoff to Uzzolino, and he runs right into a brick wall. Tries to spin away. Ball is on the ground. Looks like Mike was ruled down after a short gain.
Not any room thus far for Delaware Valley between the tackles. Picks up about 2 or 3 on that play.
Caden Walker will also check in as a nose tackle on running downs for Jersey Shore. Their linebackers Brody Herr and Bo Sechrist. And then the defensive backfield of Elijah Jordan, Luke Ryan, Talon Mauk, Carson Watkins, and Evan Snyder, the 2 cornerbacks. Olsmer in the gun now. Logan will throw it out to Trey Newton on a screen. There's nowhere to go. Trey Newton brought down in the backfield. That bubble screen did not work out for the freshman.
No, we had a blocker that kind of missed the assignment out on the outside, and Newton had no chance and was under pressure basically the moment he caught the football.
Newton, a player who can certainly grow into an important role in this passing game as the season goes on in just his freshman season. So it'll be 3rd and 15 now as Delaware Valley is backed up to their own 10, trailing by 7 with 5:26 to go in the game's opening quarter. 3rd and 15, Logan under center, takes the snap, hands it off to Uzzolino, and Uzzolino is cut down immediately. No gain on the play, and DV will have to punt.
And Logan will be punting from his own end zone here. And everything going the Bulldogs' way here in this first quarter thus far. 4:57 and counting to go here in the first.
Quarterback Elijah Jordan and wide receiver Evan Snyder standing around midfield awaiting this punt for the Bulldogs. High snap. Logan handles it. Great punt. Fair catch signaled and hauled in at the 50. That was Evan Snyder on the punt return. Really nice job there by Logan.
Yeah, it was. He had great hang time on that football. So, you get worried when number one's catching the football. I'm not going to lie.
Absolutely, yes.
But a really, really good hang time there by Logan. Netted 40 with some really good hang time.
4 minutes, 40 seconds remaining in our game's opening quarter. It's 7-0 Jersey Shore. The lone score in this game, a 40-yard rushing touchdown from Brody Herr, the senior running back. Herr is in the backfield here. His quarterback in the gun, takes the snap, fakes the give, then gives it to Herr. And Herr gains about a yard into Warrior territory. 2nd down and 9 upcoming.
It's one of those plays as an offensive coordinator, you're testing the outside linebacker to see how is he going to react to that jet motion. Is he going to crash down immediately? Well, next time I might hand it off.
Throw across the middle is complete. Actually, it's knocked away at the last second. Incomplete. That was intended for Bo Sechrist, who's kind of a fullback tight end hybrid for this team. 3rd and long upcoming now.
That's one of those plays. That's a bread and butter out of this spread offense. Fake the handoff.
Yep.
That forces the linebacker to stay in the line of scrimmage. Can't drop back into that zone, and you can hit that slant pretty easy.
Jordan rolling out to the right, cuts it up now. Jordan using his legs, trying to get there for the first down, breaking tackles. Ball is on the ground, I think. Jordan just short.
That's the mistake where if you're a defender and you're just going for a kill shot.
Yeah.
Elijah can make you miss, and he picked up an extra 4 yards after initial contact there. Got to wrap up. Coach talked about it. We got to tackle better in this game. Right there is a good example.
4th and short here. Jordan under center takes the snap. It's a sneak. I don't think he got there.
He got it.
He needed a yard. Where is this spot?
I'm looking where the foot.
This is short.
It looks short to me.
It is. What a job by that DV defensive front, led by Pasquale Ventucci, to force the turnover on downs.
And that's a big play. This is a chance you can really change momentum now. You get that huge 4th down stop, 4th and less than a yard, you stuff them in the hole. Now this offense has to respond.
Certainly need to pick up a few first downs.
Yeah.
Give your defense a break here.
You got to get the ball in Jersey Shore territory here and give the defense a break and flip this field position around.
1st and 10 Warriors at their own 40, moving from left to right, trailing 7-0, 3:42 to go, opening quarter. And for the first time tonight, DV comes out in their heavy package. Handoff to Izzolino, and he is blown up again. In the backfield, a loss of 1 for Mike.
Yeah, just too much penetration up front. That was the linebacker just coming untouched on that play.
Coming up later in our broadcast, we've got the Oliger Injury Law halftime show, interviews with new teachers and football coaches, Freddie Moran and Richie Matz. That coming up at the halftime break tonight. The back who has checked in for DV Logan Olsmer on a play-action fake here, rolling out to the right. Logan has some time now, stepping up, throwing downfield, and it's complete to Newton. Deep in Jersey Shore territory inside the 10, the 5, and he is caught from behind, but not before a massive gain. And Olsmer a little bit banged up, but what a play by him.
He took a shot, and it's on his throwing arm. And he definitely, he was able to get some space out of the pocket. Initially, just got immediate pressure. But his throwing elbow definitely took a shot, and he's holding it. But see if this offense can get some yards on the ground. You can see how he's kind of just holding that right arm down.
That is something to monitor. Gain of 55 from Olsmer to Newton, and Pasquale Ventucci has checked in as the power back here. First and goal from the 5. Handoff goes up the middle to Estevez, trying to push his way in. He's just short.
He's got to be down inside the 1 yard line.
DV trying to get up to the line quickly. Second and goal from inside the 1. Logan back under center. Keeps it himself. Trying to push him in. He's in. Logan Olsmer scores the first touchdown of the night for Delaware Valley and the second of their season to pull them to within 1. 7-6, Jersey Shore has the lead. 2:01 remaining, opening quarter.
Definitely going to have to keep an eye on Logan here in the next series, though.
Looks a little bit better here, jogging off the field.
I agree.
And now we get to see Reagan Decker on to kick this extra point. And there is a penalty, I believe, on Jersey Shore jumping off.
Yeah, it looked like defensive.
It's actually a false start.
Oh, it is.
It was a false start that drew that Jersey Shore defender off.
Initially, I thought it was going to be on Zeke Sechrist.
Well, Craig, as you always say, this messes up the operation a bit. 25-yard extra point now for Decker. Snap is down, kick is up, and the kick is true for Reagan. We are tied at 7. Delaware Valley answers with a touchdown from Logan Olsmer. We'll be right back as Jersey Shore is going to get it back. You're listening to Delaware Valley High School football on Pike 106.9.
Totally Awesome 80s.
Hi, I'm Kent Jones. Join me each week for Totally Awesome 80s. It's all the great pop, rock, and party hits of the decade. Plus, we'll test your knowledge with the 80s quiz, the timeline, and feature your requests. If you love 80s music, it's all right here.
Totally Awesome 80s with Kent Jones.
The Pike presents Totally Awesome 80s, Sunday nights at 6.
The Warriors are in action. Catch the play-by-play all season here on the Pike.
(7-7). Delaware Valley has tied this game. Logan Olsmer, a 1-yard rushing touchdown. Really was less than a yard, but it goes as 1 yard in the books. Logan gets the Warriors on the board here tonight. We'll give you our Olsmer Clark Insurance drive summary in just a moment. But first we have the kickoff from Reagan Decker. Fielded at about the 10 on one hop. Returned back across the 20. And spinning out of bounds past the 30. That was Bo Sechrist. That's where the Bulldogs will have it in this tied contest. Now for our Olsmer Clark Insurance drive summary.
4 plays, 60 yards, capped off by Logan Olsmer's 1 yard plunge, but really set up by that big play. 50-plus yard pass from Olsmer.
To the freshman Trey Newton. Snap here to Jordan. Jordan's going to keep it himself, bouncing it to the outside. Ball is on the ground, picked up by Jordan, but he is losing major yardage as Uzzolino brings him down inside the 25. A loss of over 5. And what a hit on that play by Sean Canale.
Yeah, Canale brought the wood on that one and popped the ball loose. Unfortunately, DV not able to get to it, but still a great play on first down for this Delaware Valley defense.
Canale coming crashing down from his cornerback position. Jordan in the gun now, takes the snap on a 2nd and 16, fires it out complete to the far side right. And it's a gain of about 5 to get that loss on first down back, completed to Evan Snyder, who has been busy in the receiving game.
Yeah, they're going to really have to figure out a way to better defend that pop screen out to the wide receivers, because they've kind of been getting abused on that play here in this first quarter.
Final minute of the first quarter, 7-7 the score. 3rd and 10 for Jersey Shore at their own 30. Jordan.
Oh, that's a false start.
Yeah, false start on one of the slot receivers of the Bulldogs.
Yeah, so that's moving back another 5 yards there.
3rd and 15 at the 25. I've noticed, Craig, that really the biggest body on this Jersey Shore roster has been playing left tackle for them.
Yeah,
Dubs Bloom, 6'6", 340. Big number 77.
3rd and 15 for the Bulldogs.
40 seconds remaining in the quarter. Jordan takes the snap, steps up in the pocket, cannot get away. The defense really rallying now. Joe Kessler on the sack there.
Big play there by Kessler on 3rd and 15. And now it seems like you get a little bit of momentum shift going on here in favor of the Warriors. They were able to really take advantage of the field position on the last offensive possession, and they should get pretty good field position here as well.
See if this punt comes before the quarter break. It will. Brody Herr will send it away. Nice punt here, high hanging. Fair catch signaled by McGarvey. He brings it in at the 45, and that brings us to the end of our opening quarter. 7-7 is the score. When we return, DV has the football. You're listening to Warriors Football on Pike 106.9.
When the game is on the line, the Warriors count on their coaches to help them come out on top. Just like you can count on the experts at Ulsimer Clark Insurance to tackle all your insurance needs. From business to personal, auto to home, Ulsimer Clark Insurance has the skill to find the right coverage at the right price to help you protect what matters most. As an independent insurance agency, Ulsimer Clark gives you the power of choice. Visit ulsimerclark.com to learn more about how you can protect what matters most to you with the help of Ulsimer Clark Insurance.
Oftentimes, the wheelchairs our veterans and first responders receive from their healthcare providers are subpar at best. Some are falling apart, with a years-long waiting list for a new one. This lag causes a tremendous amount of stress for our heroes and creates a burden for their caregivers. Isolation leads to depression. We build what they need to get outdoors, hunting, fishing, or playing sports. Join the mission at wheelchairsforwarriors.org.
Back to the action of Warrior football on the Pike.
Back here at Thompson Street Stadium, the start of the second quarter.
The ball's supposed to be at the 45.
7-7 is the score. 45. Delaware Valley has possession of the football.
It's supposed to be at the 45.
Ball is currently spotted at the 35, but it should be at the 45. Coach Olsmer has the attention of the officials now. The officials are still confused here. I do not know why they have this at the 35 unless there was a penalty.
No, they were just confused.
Okay. There is no excuse. So, DV, we got it set now. We're all good. 1st and 10, and the fans over on the Jersey Shore sideline.
I mean, 10 yards is no joke.
That's a big deal.
A game like this.
That is a big deal. So Logan brings the offense back out, and they're sticking in that power eye look that was successful on the last possession. Uzzolino gets the give, goes up the middle. Mike has space into Jersey Shore territory. A first down run past the 45 up to the 43. And it's good to see Mike getting his first nice carry of the night.
Yeah, got some nice blocking there up front and able to take advantage on his first really good carry here tonight.
Gain of 12 up to the 43 of the Bulldogs. Here's another handoff to Uzzolino. Mike keeps it up the middle, lowers his shoulder, moves inside the 40. Gains about 5 up to the 37. It'll be a gain of 6.
And Delaware Valley's going to go up tempo here now.
Yes.
Trying to flip the script here.
Colin McGarvey a little bit confused, the lone receiver in this set. 2nd and 4 now. Play action fake. Logan's going to keep it himself. He's got some space. He bounces it out. He lowers his head, falls forward inside the 30. And Logan Olsmer has got a first down.
Well, I'll tell you what, if he had just gotten a little bit more of a block there by Colin, he could have gotten to the outside there, but look up to the line of scrimmage here quick.
Back up to the line, 1st and 10 at the 29. Usolino gets it, contacted immediately, and it's maybe a loss of half a yard.
Yeah, did a nice job there, slanting up front.
Does seem that Jersey Shore has been winning up front so far here tonight.
Slate Seacrest did a nice job of penetrating into the backfield there, and Usolino about a 1-yard loss there.
Yep, 2nd and 11 at the 30. Warriors slow it down now. 10:40 remaining in our first half. 7-7 is the score. Olsmer in the gun. Usolino standing to his left. 2 receivers each side of the formation. Snap on the ground again. What a job by Mike Usolino to dive in, fall on top of that. Second time that's happened here tonight.
You cannot have it. You cannot have it. At the varsity level, out of the shotgun formation, that can't be happening. So you got 2 negative plays in a row. You got 3rd and 13. Probably 4 down territory here. But, unforced errors. Can't do it against good football teams.
Olsmer is under center now. Usolino behind him. 3rd and long. Logan will roll out to the right. Gets a chip block from Usolino. Throwing deep downfield. Throwing one up. It's batted away. The intended target was Drew Dabney, the 6'3 sophomore. And a nice play by Snyder.
Yeah, good coverage downfield. And Logan just trying to get in there. Not much more he could do with that. Trying to get it up a little bit higher for his taller receiver downfield. And
that was actually Luke Ryan.
Be 4th and 12 for Delaware Valley, and Coach Olsmer is going to call a timeout.
First timeout taken by Coach Olsmer. We'll take a timeout as well. You're listening to Delaware Valley High School football on the Pike 106.9.
You're listening to Delaware Valley High School football on the Pike 106.9 and 1450 WYNY Milford.
Ever tried balancing a dozen eggs in one hand while hopping on one foot? Or maybe juggling cats while riding the unicycle? Sounds ridiculous, right? But guess what? That's exactly what texting while driving is like. Your human brain only has the capacity to focus on one thing at a time. So when you're behind the wheel, give driving your undivided attention.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
After the game, keep it here for Pike County's greatest hits. This is the Pike 106.9.
Back now on Pike County's hometown station. 9:50 remaining first half. DV has it. 4th and 12. They have the offense on the field at the Jersey Shore 31. 7-7 is the score. DV in the eye. 2 receivers in the set. Logan takes the snap. Play action fake to Usolino. Logan rolling out to the right. Throwing for the sideline to Trey Newton. Complete. Has the first down inside the 20 and up to the 15 where Newton is spun out of bounds. And we are seeing, Craig, Trey Newton flashing his ability tonight.
Yeah, Logan again took another shot, but just delivered a dime.
Yep.
And, boy, you can't ask for much more from your senior quarterback than we've seen here thus far in the first half.
Trey Newton, very similar size to Jaden Ramirez, and running a route that Jaden Ramirez would probably be proud of on that curl. That's a gain of about 18, it looks like, up to the 14 of Jersey Shore. DV back up to the line now, in the eye. Justin Estevez is the lead back. Usolino gets it. Usolino keeps his legs churning. Gets inside the 11, it appears.
He got more there than I thought he was going to get. Contacted pretty much immediately at the line of scrimmage, but able to squeak out a couple yards on that play. And
it's been tough sledding.
It has. Not a ton of size up front for Jersey Shore, but they're quick.
Mm-hmm.
Very athletic up front.
9:10 remaining opening half, 7-7 the score. 2nd and 6 for Del Val.
Big possession here for this Delaware Valley offense. Really, really big possession.
They're at the 11 of Jersey Shore. Would love to punch this one in. Sticking in that same formation now. And this is another play-action play. Logan rolling out. He's under pressure and throws incomplete. Logan does not have much time to operate right now.
And he's taking a hit every time he gets rid of the football, too. That's the part that you don't see in the stat sheet.
Yeah.
Is, quarterback hits. And, Logan's a good athlete. He's not a huge guy, though. And he's kind of taking a lot of punishment here in this first half.
Absolutely.
They have to do a better job of chipping that DN because he's basically – he should have a little more time to work with before he has to try and escape the pocket there. It's a rollout, but he's having to get too deep on those rolls.
3rd and 6. Newton and McGarvey, the receivers to the right. Another play-action fake. Logan under pressure immediately. They were trying to set up a screen, and Logan just really had no time. Incomplete, intended for Uzzolino, and I'm interested to see now if Coach goes for the kicking unit. He will.
And right now, I just, my concern is the shots.
Yep. Those add up.
They add up in a big way.
And they have been violent.
Yes. Yeah, no, they're not just, he's not just getting shoved to the ground.
No. So this is about a 28-yard field goal attempt for Reagan Decker, looking to give DV the lead. Nice snap. Kick is up. And Reagan Decker has given DV the lead. Reagan Decker, who Coach raved about in the pregame, has looked really strong early here tonight. Warriors have their first lead in this one, 10-7, with 8:48 remaining in the second quarter. We'll step aside. You're listening to Delaware Valley High School football on the Pike 106.9.
It is into the 70s, and my name is Todd Chambliss. We've got some great music and memories ready to go for this week's show. Music like this. And memories like this.
Marsha!
It's music and, frankly, a lot of fun. Don't miss the next Into the 70s with Todd Chambliss.
The Pike presents Into the 70s, Saturday nights at 6.
Into the 70s.
This is Delaware Valley High School football on the Pike.
Back now on the Pike, 10-7. Delaware Valley has their first lead of this Week 2 contest. It's been a fun one so far. Some big plays offensively on each side. And the Warriors lead it 10-7 with 8:48 to go in the second quarter. Defense has stood tall the last few times out for the Warriors. This a short and high kick fielded around the 15. Returned past the 25, across the 30. Brought down just before reaching the 35-yard line was the Jersey Shore returner. That was number 3, Paul Hale, the senior.
8:42 to go here in the first half. We can't really give you much in the way of an out-of-town scoreboard because, well, we started at 6 o'clock tonight. Olsemer Clark drive summary. Get you this.
Get you that in just a moment. This is a toss play outside, and cut down in the backfield is Brody Herr. The tackle there coming up from the secondary by Chris Devaney. These DV defensive backs are really rallying to the football.
10 plays, capped off by the 28-yard field goal from Decker. 10-7 Delaware Valley here in the second quarter.
2nd and 15 after that 5-yard loss. Jersey Shore backed up to their own 30. They're moving now from our left to our right. Jordan in the gun, fakes the give to her, keeps it himself. Jordan in trouble, trying to find space, doesn't find any. Falls forward for about a yard, and now you can see DV starting to win up front defensively.
Yeah, you got to be careful, though. You cannot lose contain on a guy like that, right?
Yep, quarterback contain is everything in this game.
And it's it's almost like an option, like a read option there. Both the quarterback and the running back going to the left, so you can't commit too quickly there from the outside linebacker spot.
3rd and long, 3rd and 13. Jordan stepping up in the pocket, firing across the middle. It's complete, and it's enough for a first down. Hauled in there by Luke Thompson, the tight end, up to the 46.
Big play there.
14 yards, they needed 13, got 14.
Found a nice hole, kind of sat down in the zone there, and Jordan able to find him.
First and 10 at the 46. Jordan keeping it himself, rolling out to the left. Jordan cuts it up the field into DV territory and wiggles his way out of bounds at the Warriors' 44.
That's a run all the way. And I'll tell you what, you watch these Jersey Shore wide receivers, they really do the dirty work in the running game. They do a really nice job of blocking on the outside.
They'll give him an extra yard up to the 43 of Delaware Valley, a first down. Jordan on a bubble screen now to the outside. Devaney can't make the tackle. Open field now for Jersey Shore inside the 20. 15 multiple broken tackles and a touchdown for Evan Snyder, the senior who has dominated this game early on. Puts Jersey Shore back in front 13-10 on a 43-yard touchdown and a shoddy display of tackling from Delaware Valley.
Yeah, there's not really any excuse right there. You literally had 5 guys that had contact of some kind there. You've got to tackle better, and we saw it in the first quarter.
Brody Herr is 2 for 2 kicking extra points tonight. 14-10 Jersey Shore, they're on top. 6:55 remaining in the second quarter. We're going to take a break now on our broadcast. We'll be back with Delaware Valley receiving the kick. You're listening to Delaware Valley High School football on LITE 106.9.
As a young adult at this point in your life, you probably have a lot of questions. Like, what's next? What does my future hold? The thing is, there's no right answer, only your answer. Your friendships, experiences, and purpose. It's all your choice. So what will you choose? As you make choices about the future, the military can be a resource for information to help bring a fulfilling path into focus. A public service message from the Department of Defense. To learn more, visit todaysmilitary.com.
Pike County's greatest hits and your home for DV football. The Pike 106.9.
Back here at Thompson Street Stadium in Jersey Shore, Pennsylvania. Bulldogs have struck again. They've got a 4-point lead now, 14-10 on a long touchdown reception from Evan Snyder, 43 yards out on a screen play.
And really all that work done by Snyder on that play.
He's probably around 100 yards receiving here in this game's opening half. Brody Herr with the kickoff, a short one, fielded at about the 30, and immediately going down there is Aiden Conklin, wearing Justin Kalitznik's old number of 44.
Big shoes to fill there.
Yes.
Big jersey to fill.
Yes, and we talked about pregame James Dabney, the impressive young tight end, wearing 87, the old number of Aiden Black. It's always weird to see that in sports when those they carry on.
They do.
Unless they get retired.
They're legendary,
Yes.
But
somebody
you have to step up and live up to that.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. Warriors come out in their power look. First and 10 at their own 30, trailing by 4, and pre-snap flinch by Justin.
Yeah. Those are the unforced errors. We talk about the bad snaps, the false starts. Those are the things that lose you games against good football teams.
Yeah, and the Warriors are going to have a wholesale personnel change now, taking out their 2 fullbacks. Yeah. They're going to go single back now.
Yeah, you got it. Kind of takes you out of that heavy set.
Yep.
Set of plays you can run on 1st and 10 when it's 1st and 15.
3 receivers in, McGarvey, Newton. Can't see the third. Looks like it's Drew Dabney and the tight end James Dabney in as well. Olsmer takes the snap. He's rolling out, stepping up, going to keep it himself. Logan has some space, and he's spun down across the 30 up to the 31, picks up 6. That gets that penalty back, and it sets up a 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, just good patience there by Logan. One thing we've noticed, I thought, is he's been very good decision maker. Even last year. Doesn't put the ball in dangerous places usually. Right there, he could have forced a pass.
Yep.
Didn't do it. Used his legs, picked up some yardage, and lived to play another play.
6:15 remaining opening half. 14-10, Jersey Shore has the lead. Delaware Valley 2nd and 9 on their own 31. Another single back look with Olsmer under center. Uzzolino standing behind him. 2nd down and 9. The give is to Uzzolino up the middle. Contacted in the backfield. does fall ahead for about 2, but it really is almost every single handoff that Uzzolino is getting contacted behind the line.
It's tough. Jersey Shore is moving their linemen up front. They're not just playing gap defense, and that's supposed to be short trap, and the tackle's supposed to be trapped, slanted right into the gap. So
3rd and 7.
It's a difficult proposition for the offensive line. You have to really adjust on the fly. It's not easy.
5.5 to go. Logan changing the play.
9 seconds left here on the play clock.
Yep, 5. Still some miscommunication. 2. Olsmer will get the snap off, rolling to the right. Nice block by Uzzolino. A completion out in the flat. There is a flag. It was complete to Trey Newton. Would have been enough for a first down.
It's going to come back.
Yep.
Holding against... Oh, no, yeah. Holding ASDB.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a killer. And, it's really the first time we saw Logan get to the outside and not be under pressure.
It was because you said before, they need to have a quality chip block. Got one there from Uzzolino.
Yeah.
And
unfortunately,
all for naught.
Between the tackles, we had a takedown.
Yep.
For 2 points.
Yep.
And Delaware Valley be facing 3rd and call it 17 probably here.
Yeah. Backed up to the 23.
That's a tough one. So now you just, you want to pick up some of this yardage. You don't have a lot of 16-yard plays in the book here, but we'll see what Coach Old draws up.
Justin Estevez back into the football game now. It's I formation for Delaware Valley. Logan takes the snap, drops back, rolls to the right. Logan throwing one up. The receiver fell down. It was potentially some contact. No flag, incomplete, and the Warriors will punt.
Yeah, that's a tough one. You don't know if feet got caught up or what happened on the far side, but
Trey Newton was the target that fell down, the freshman who has had a nice game thus far.
Well, thankfully, it didn't fall in the arms of
anybody.
Number 1 back there.
Yes.
But once again, Delaware Valley on the short side of the field position battle here in the first half.
4:44 to go in the first half, that is. High punt, but short from Logan. Potentially got deflected. Will be hauled in by Jordan at midfield. Dangerous. That was very risky. Leaped up to bring it in, and immediately tackled at the 50 was Elijah Jordan. He is down on the field.
Yeah,
that is the Jersey Shore quarterback.
Not feeling great right there.
Looks like he's going to be okay. Walking off the field with the help of 2 of the trainers. I'm not sure that Elijah Jordan's going to be able to start this possession.
Yeah, that's a huge loss if he is missing any real time here.
He is headed right to the bench. I thought he was maybe going to be okay by the way he got up, but they're going to give him a look first. So Elijah Jordan, the quarterback, is out.
A freshman, Nolan Pauling.
Handoff to her. We might see more of that. A tackle in the backfield. This time by Luke Brzezinskis, the senior captain.
Jordan right back on the field here.
All right. Just a little bit shaken up on that punt return. Good to see Jordan back out on the field. Brody Herr heads to the sideline.
That's not somebody they can afford to lose.
No.
There's no way.
No, not with his multifaceted ability. 2nd and 10 at midfield. Jordan has the snap, has time, throws complete to the far side, and it's a first down on a big gain inside of the 30. This time it's Carson Watkins.
There was definitely miscommunication in defensive backfield right there. The cornerback thought he just had, short, flat coverage, and the safety kind of never moved until the ball was already in the air.
That's a pickup of 20. This time Jordan keeps it himself, bounces it to the outside, but he will not get away. Multiple DB defenders there. The tackle by Sean Canali.
Nice job in the open field there by Sean. And you see, though, man, Jordan is a very shifty guy with football in his hands.
Extremely elusive. 2nd and 11 or 12 here. Elijah Jordan, another bubble screen out to Snyder. Broken tackle, not the second time. Nicely done by Chris Devaney on the outside.
Well, you see, though, the footing there. Brzezinski was ready to make that tackle, and his feet went right out from under him when he broke down. This field footing here is definitely playing a bit of a role tonight.
Yeah, the grass is chewed up a bit. That one got back to the line. 3rd and 11 now for Jordan. Jordan has all day. Throws to the outside complete, but a low throw.
Ooh, I didn't think he brought that. I thought he
dropped it. And it was hauled in at the 26. That was Luke Ryan. So 4th and medium, right? 4th and 7 or so?
Yeah, ball's marked at the 25. Definitely, you're going to go for it here. You're not going to punt it from this position. So huge down here for this DV defense.
Big spot. 2.5 to go in the first half. 14-10 Jersey Shore. They have 4th and 6 at the DV 26. Thrown downfield for Snyder. It's complete. He's got the first. Pushed out of bounds. I don't know how Snyder hauled that in.
Yeah, it's a great catch there by Snyder. And he's a talented kid on the outside. He's really showed up here for the Bulldogs here in the first half.
All 3 timeouts remaining for Jersey Shore. Coach Olsmer has 2 on his side. 1st and 10. Jordan will keep it himself, looking for blockers, has some. Jordan is brought down from behind. The tackle this time by Uzzolino. It's a gain of roughly 5 up to the 10.
Yeah, that was a design run all the way. You could see lineman downfield at the snap on that play. When they run the spread, everybody's running a pattern. You don't really know.
Yeah. We've got our Oliger and McIntyre halftime show coming up in just a couple of minutes. Some pre-snap motion. Jordan keeps it himself, runs up the middle, falls forward, and Jordan is short of a first down by a yard, maybe 2. This is a really important spot for this DV defense to rally.
And they're trying to get guys on the field here, and LITE.
I think Coach called a timeout.
Yeah, that's a good timeout.
Yep.
They need to break this momentum and get a little bit of a blow.
We've got 1:40 remaining in this half. Bulldogs leading by 4. We'll take a break. Step aside. You're listening to Delaware Valley High School football on the Pike.
I just had another dizzy spell and almost fell. I'm scared they will get worse and never go away.
You're not alone. 69 million people suffer from dizziness and vertigo.
I wonder if there's help.
There is. The Vestibular Disorders Association has a helpline at 800-837-8428 or visit liferebalanced.org.
Can you repeat that?
800-837-8428 or liferebalanced.org.
Sponsored by the Vestibular Disorders Association.
You're listening to Delaware Valley High School football on the Pike 106.9 and 1450 WYNY Milford. Back to the action of Warrior football on the Pike.
Jordan has it on a 3rd and 1, and he is stuck. Kept it himself up the middle. It brings up a massive 4th down in this football game. 1:25 remaining in the half. Jersey Shore leads 14-10, and we've got a 4th and a long 1 upcoming. Jordan is in the gun. He's going to keep it himself again, going up the middle, lowering his shoulder. He fell forward. Did he get there?
It's close.
It's really close.
Side judge coming up. Oh, my
So the near official, to me, it looked short.
Yeah, so did he have to get to the 10 or to the 5? I mean,
I'm not sure if they had to get to the 5 or the 6. They might be bringing out the sticks here.
We're going to actually get a measurement here.
Yes, this is an official timeout here on a 4th and 1. Oh.
Or were they?
I don't know.
They didn't. Well,
have we had a call yet?
No.
What is going on here?
Oh, is it first? No, they are going to bring the chains out.
Yep.
We haven't seen this out in a long time.
No. 1:09 left to go in this half.
Boy.
DV has a 4th down stop in this game already.
The
looking
way they're
for
walking
a
across,
second.
it looks short by the amount of slack in that chain.
This is why we bring binoculars, Craig. Let's see. They're short.
That's short.
They are well short.
That is short.
Yes.
Delaware Valley, another 4th down stop.
And what an impressive one here. It was 3rd and 1. And you come up with 2 huge plays. And really, with your backs up against your own end zone, Jersey Shore threatening to take a 2-possession lead, that's
a big stop.
Absolutely.
That is big stop.
It is worth noting that the Bulldogs have all 3 of their timeouts, so if DV goes 3 and out, they can get the football back probably with about 45 seconds to go.
And they are deep in their own territory here, so you do not want to make any mistakes here.
Yep. Would expect something simple, at least here on first down. Handoff goes to Uzzolino up the middle. Uzzolino is flattened. Short gain, clock running.
No timeout by Jersey Shore here. They may be waiting for a second play. I mean, maybe you take one real quick, but yeah, you're not going to have much of anything left.
No.
I think they're just letting it go.
I guess they are. I'm really surprised by that.
I am too, especially with a dynamic guy like Jordan that can get the ball in his hands.
And you would force Delaware Valley to punt out of their own end zone. Anything could happen. There have been issues with snaps tonight.
Yeah.
I think you force them to take as many snaps as possible.
And this is a surprising choice here.
Absolutely. Under 30 seconds remaining in the half. 2nd down and 8. Should be another handoff now. It will be. And this was the first time that we saw Sean Canali check in at tailback. Clock still running.
Looks like we're going to run it out here.
That is likely going to be the end of our first half.
Coach Olsemer will be, I think, probably happy with considering the way things went.
Yeah.
They really haven't moved the ball between the tackles in the first half. You can't be too upset with the outcome here, with how first quarter went.
No, and the Warriors will get the football to start the third quarter, 14-10. That's the halftime score. Jersey Shore on top here at their home field in their home opener. Jersey Shore 14-10. We'll take a break, and coming out of that, we'll have our Oliger and McIntyre halftime show. Listening to Delaware Valley High School football on Pike County's hometown station.
Oliger Injury Law, because injury law is what they do. They have compassionately and successfully represented hundreds of clients harmed by car accidents, falls, defective products and machines, and medical and legal malpractice. Licensed in New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania, Oliger Injury Law works hard for their clients, and they always strive to succeed. If you've been injured, call Oliger Injury Law today at 570-296-7300, 570-296-7300, online at tristatetrial.com. The Delaware Valley offensive line protects the quarterback and keeps the opponent from breaking in. Just like how the experts at Ulsimer Clark Insurance can help you best protect what you value most in business and in life. Their insurance advisors have a strong passion for insurance, and they treat their customers like family. As an independent insurance agency, Ulsimer Clark gives you the power of choice. Visit ulsimerclark.com to learn more about how you can protect what matters most to you with the help of Ulsimer Clark Insurance.
Hey, this is TC from Action Bikes and Outdoor. The temperatures are finally cooling off, and we've been cranking up on the cycling by riding our local trails, roads, state parks, and neighborhoods. If you're in the market for a new bike, we have a massive selection to choose from and some great deals. If you've been riding your bike all season, it may also be time for a tune-up so your bike is safe and working perfectly for the remainder of the year. Whatever your needs may be, our sales and service team is here 7 days a week to assist you with all of your cycling and paddling needs. Come see us anytime. We're located at 611 Broad Street in downtown Milford.
This is Delaware Valley High School football on the Pike.
This is Delaware Valley High School football on the Pike, and our halftime score here at Thompson Street Stadium, 14-10. Jersey Shore on top of the DV Warriors. He's Craig Brown. I'm Jake Graziano. We've got Jack George producing back in our Pike 106.9 studios. Interesting first half. It feels at points it felt like DV got dominated. Then there was a stretch where they dominated. And honestly, I look at it, and altogether I think you have to be happy. Certainly disappointed to give up those 2 huge touchdown plays.
Yeah.
Because take those away, Delaware Valley has played a great defensive game against a good offense.
I would agree.
But those 2 huge plays are the difference right now.
Yeah, right now the difference of this game is tackling.
Yep.
And that's the difference. Jersey Shore's done a good job of tackling. Delaware Valley has not done a good job of tackling, and that's 14 points tonight. I can't put it any other way. Both plays should have gone for maybe 5 to 10 yards.
Yeah.
But DV's got to do a much better job of wrapping up here in the second half if they want to come out of here with a W.
Yeah, you can't keep giving up those big plays, and that was an issue last week, too. 3 touchdown plays of 50-plus yards for Lincoln a week ago, so something that Delaware Valley has to clean up. And I'm very torn on the defensive secondary because we've seen a handful of great plays. Guys like Sean Canale, Chris Devaney, Mike Usolino coming up from their safety or cornerback position to make great plays in the open field. But then some of that missed tackling from those same guys as well.
Well, and the big thing there is when you're running a lot of zone, which Delaware Valley does, you have to be a sure tackling secondary. Because by default, they're going to complete more passes against the zone than they are probably against man. And, you have to tackle. Yeah. You got to get hats to the ball and tackle when you're playing zone. So if you can't do that, you're going to have a long night in the defensive secondary.
As for the offense, it's been a struggle, to put it bluntly. Ground game has not really been able to get going, and you could look at it similarly if you're Jersey Shore, where outside of a big pass or two to Trey Newton, there has not been much for DV. And that long 55, 56-yard gain from Olsmer to Newton, that was kind of a broken play, too. Yeah,
broken play, and, the safety for Jersey Shore should have got caught with his eyes in the backfield. And lost track of the Delaware Valley wide receiver on that particular play.
So altogether, it leads to a 14-10 score. 14-10 Jersey Shore on top. Delaware Valley will get the football to begin quarter number 3. What an important possession that's going to be for DV to try to establish some momentum in this game. Coming up next on our Oliger and McIntyre halftime show, we've got a couple of interviews for you. The first one up, Michael Alaro and Shannon Eby interviewing new teacher and football and track coach Freddie Moran. That's coming for you out of the break. You're listening to Delaware Valley High School football on the Pike 106.9.
When the game is on the line, the Warriors count on their coaches to help them come out on top. Just like you can count on the experts at Ulsimer Clark Insurance to tackle all your insurance needs. From business to personal, auto to home, Ulsimer Clark Insurance has the skill to find the right coverage at the right price to help you protect what matters most. As an independent insurance agency, Ulsimer Clark gives you the power of choice. Visit ulsimerclark.com to learn more about how you can protect what matters most to you with the help of Ulsimer Clark Insurance.
Happy kids heal faster. That's why Starlight Children's Foundation is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids. Being in a hospital facing painful treatment takes away from the happiness of childhood. But that's where Starlight comes in. We provide entertainment, comfort, and distraction through Starlight gaming, hospital gowns, and toy deliveries to bring smiles to over 800 hospitals. Starlight programs are what happiness is made of. Learn more at starlight.org.
Listen anywhere on your smartphone or tablet. Download the Pike 106.9 app for free.
Hi, I'm Michael Alaro with Shannon, and we're interviewing Mr. Freddie Moran today.
What was it like moving from Wallenpaupack Pack to DV?
Well, I'll tell you, it's different with the blocks and periods, but outside of that stuff, the kids are about the same. But academically and athletically, I think DV is kind of a little bit above where they are right now at the moment. So there's some adjustments, but overall, it's been pretty awesome.
What's your favorite part about coming to DV?
I'd say my favorite part so far has been my teachers and the fellow teachers and students that I'm working with. It's really fun to be involved, and I like to be as involved as possible. So I help coach football, and I'll be doing track and field in the spring. So I think I really enjoyed that aspect of things as well.
So what brought you to DV?
Academic and athletics were probably a big priority of mine when looking at schools, and DV kind of stood out among all the rest, so that definitely helped out a lot.
So what was the application process like to apply here?
I found out that they were hiring, and I put in a resume, and then I got called for the first round of interviews, and I interviewed with a lot of the administration and some fellow teachers, and then I got a call back for a second. And I met with a few different administrators at that time, and kind of gave a little bit more about myself, who I am, what I kind of where I stand on things. And then from that point, I found out a few weeks later that they were going to offer me. It was pretty awesome.
So you were saying how athletics was part of the reason why you wanted to come here.
Mm-hmm.
How exactly did you get to become a coach for some of our high school teams?
During the interview process, I had been reached out to by Mr. Lordy. They had said that they greatly value teachers that are stakeholders outside of the classroom as well as within the classroom. I'm a big believer that anything you coach is just an extension of the classroom, and that helps with the buy-in of the kids and the students and whatnot. I told them that it's a big priority of mine to be involved with these things, and they loved it, and so we went from there.
What exactly are you coaching? Like you said, you're on the football team.
Yeah, football and track and field. I'll be helping with shot put and discus and anything else that they need, really. I'm able to help with whatever is needed and whenever it's needed.
What assistant coach are you on the football team? Like offensive line?
I help with the offensive line primarily. That's what I played in high school and college, so that's kind of where I help out the most, but defensive line as well if it's needed.
This is Michael Alaro and Shannon Eby interviewing Mr. Freddie Moran on 106.9 WYNY. I was talking to Ms. Laurie, and she told me that you were in the military at some point before this?
Yeah, I was in the Army. I was an infantryman from 2011 to 2016, and I was stationed in Germany for 4 of those years, and then I went to Afghanistan once, and it was an awesome experience. I wouldn't change it for the world.
If you don't mind me asking, what made you want to start teaching after being in the military?
Well, I found out quickly, in the military, especially when you become a leader in that phase, a lot of it translates straight to teaching. Mm-hmm. You're in charge of the health and welfare of your soldiers, and as a machine gun team leader, I had to teach these new guys, all the rules, the SOPs, the standard operating procedures, machine gun theory, and I found that I really enjoyed the teaching aspect of it, regardless of the content that was being taught. I enjoyed, reaching out to the soldiers and giving these lessons on enfilade, defilade fire, and support by fire positions, and all the things that we do. And it was just a fun process. And that's when I pretty much realized that, this is, I want to keep doing that with a lot less of the stress of the infantry and all that other stuff.
Did you go to college before or after being in the military?
So both, actually. So I went to college right out of high school, and I eventually left that early and joined the military, and that was in 2011. And then after getting out, because I was originally planned to make that a career, the military, but after I got back from Afghanistan, I had a family and everything, and it's really hard to prioritize a family and the Army at the same time because you're gone so much, especially being in the infantry. We're always training and we're always off, and then I was in Afghanistan when my son was born, and that was a hard time for my wife, and through that process I knew I wanted something that would give me more time with my family, and I couldn't think of a better occupation than teaching for that, to be around them, to be with them, to have the ability to spend nights with them and not have to go off and be away for weeks or months or years at a time.
So now that you're here, what subjects are you teaching at DV?
So I teach geography, American studies, and history through the media, and then I'll be teaching social problems next semester.
Nice. So. Mr. Gelderman, the teacher who formerly retired and now that you're teaching for, taught military history. Do you have any interest in maybe picking that up again?
Yeah, so I've talked to Mr. Nielsen about that, and I'm very interested in that because that's like exactly, I have a lot of background in the military, obviously, and so I definitely would love to pick that class back up again and get it going again, and just dive into that. I think that'd be an awesome time. I think there's a lot of interest in it. I think a lot of kids, the military kind of piques a lot of people's interest for many different reasons, not just the desire to go into it, but it's just a great subject. It really goes hand in hand with the American history and the American story, and it's something that I have a lot of personal insight into.
Well, that's all we have for today.
Well, thank
you so much for your time. It was really nice talking to you. This was, I think, one of the most interesting interviews that I've done so far.
Awesome. Right on.
And this was, again, I'm Michael Alaro. Shannon Eby was also here interviewing, and we were talking to Mr. Freddie Moran.
Little Pediatrics is proud to sponsor our local football heroes. Your neighbor, Dr. Sarah Little, tackles your child's health with the same dedication and teamwork you see on the field. for newborns to teens, routine checkups, vaccinations, or specialized care. Little Pediatrics. 11 Orchard Street, Port Jervis. Open Monday through Friday and Saturdays until 1. Call 845-672-3995. Little Pediatrics, where your child's health is always a victory.
Pike County's local radio station. Your home for TV football. The Pike 106.9.
Back here in Jersey Shore, we've got another interview here for you on our Oliger and McIntyre halftime show. This time, Emma Chancho, a familiar name from last season, interviewing Richie Matz.
Hello, my name is Emma Chancho, and I'm the 2024-2025 Editor-in-Chief of the Delaware Valley School District's paper, The Delaware. Today, I'm joined with new football coach, Coach Richie Matz, where I will be talking with him about his football experience, his love for football, and his goals for this upcoming season. What made you want to coach football here at DV?
Well, I grew up playing football in this area in District 2 and have followed the Delaware Valley program for a very long time. I was really excited to be part of Coach Olsemer's program that he built and just be part of a winning culture.
What do you think makes our district different when it comes to school sports?
The one thing that I noticed here, based off of where I was before, is just the amount of participation. So like a large percentage of our student body is involved in extracurriculars and they support each other, and that's like the biggest difference. I think that just the tight-knit community that the sports teams have and how they all support one another, and it really shows on the field across all sports.
What makes football so important to you?
So I grew up in a family, I'm the son of a coach. Football has taught me a lot of really important life lessons, and I think football is one of those games, a lot like other sports, that you can take the things that you learn on the field and apply it to life. And if you take those things and carry it with you, you're going to be a successful person, and no matter what you do.
Do you feel your coaches in the past affect the way you coach?
Absolutely. I would say one thing, my father was a coach growing up, so I kind of had it at home, but I would say that my coaches overall have had the biggest impact on my work ethic and kind of how I view the world and attack each day, try to get better, and that's a philosophy I think that, again, carries on to whatever you would do in life, so yes.
Do you have any goals as a first-year coach this season?
My goal is to learn as much as I can about the system and the program, so that I'll be set up to be more of an asset, I should say, for our coach and our staff as we move into the future.
What position did you play?
So myself, I was a linebacker and a fullback. I played linebacker in college at Colgate University. So that's primarily what my background is. I did have the opportunity to coach middle school where I was a head coach, so I kind of had my hand in a little bit of everything.
What do you believe makes the team work the hardest?
The first thing is the culture of winning, right? When you have accountability to yourself, and not only yourself, the person next to you, that accountability for your teammates, you don't want to let people down. And I learned that when you create that culture, it kind of creates motivation in among itself.
I'm Emma Chancho, and I'm here with new football coach, Mr. Richie Matz.
We want to thank everyone involved in those interviews, Michael Alaro and Shannon Eby, who interviewed Freddie Moran, and Emma Chancho, who interviewed Richie Matz. Mr. Moran, Mr. Matz, who are new teachers and football coaches in the Delaware Valley School District this season. We also want to thank Freddie Moran for his service in our Army. Just about a couple minutes, two and a half minutes or so away from getting the second half started. Take our final break now on the Oliger and McIntyre halftime show. When we come back, DV will get the football, trailing by 4. Crucial offensive possession upcoming for the Warriors. Stick with us. You're listening to Delaware Valley High School football on the Pike 106.9.
Hi, we're the Goo Goo Dolls. We're fortunate that we can give our daughters everything they need to grow and learn. But not every child can focus on classes and play dates.
Nearly 13 million kids in the U.S. face hunger. That's 1 in 6. School lunch might be their only meal each day, and it's heartbreaking to imagine any child going to bed hungry. We're dreaming of a perfect day when kids can smile, play, and just be kids without worrying about where their next meal will come from. Feeding America is working to make that perfect day a reality.
Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste. That food is given to families and children in need. Being a kid should be about doing things that make an ordinary day extraordinary. Learning to play an instrument, building a sandcastle, hosting tea parties. Hunger should never be an obstacle to growing up.
You can help end childhood hunger in your community by visiting feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Back to the action of Warrior football on the Pike.
Close to getting going here for the second half between Delaware Valley and Jersey Shore. Alongside Craig Brown, I'm Jake Graziano. Jack George back in our Pike 106.9 studios. DV trailing by 4. They will get the football, both teams back out onto the field. See what Delaware Valley, any adjustments that might be made during the halftime break from Coach.
Yeah, hopefully maybe they can come up with some adjustments up front on the offensive line as far as blocking goes, and get a little bit more going in the running game, because we've said this for years. This offense is predicated on being able to establish the run game, because it's the play action pass that's really kind of the bread and butter, the big plays that they can make. But you can't get the defense to respect the play action if you're not running the football well.
Brody Herr will do the kickoff duties once again for Jersey Shore. Really just a beautiful night here. Temperature has hovered around 70 to 75 degrees.
A little muggy, but...
A little bit muggy, but
no
not
rain
terrible.
And not hot.
Exactly. Nice kick from Herr. This one, it's off the hands of the DV return man, bounces inside the 5.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
And it rolls into the end zone for a touchback. Fortunate.
That was
very, very fortunate break there for Chris Devaney and the DV special teams unit. If that thing had died inside the 5.
Yes, indeed.
You'd be in trouble. But it rolled into the end zone, and the Warriors will have it now.
Devaney definitely caught a break. Caught a break on that one.
And that was a longer kick than we had seen from her. They had all been short before that. DV had their return men up, and it kind of came back to hurt them there.
Yeah, a little adjustment there by Jersey Shore. You see the deep man all the way up at the 20, and put it deep.
Warriors come out in their power set. Olsmer under center. Play action fake, rolling out to the right is Logan. Logan towards the sideline. He'll just throw it away.
Yeah, it's, once again, pressure off the edge from number 32, defensive end for the Bulldogs, Zeke Seacrest. And he's really kind of caused a lot of trouble from that position here tonight. We've said his name a number of times.
Seems like almost every time Warriors are rolling out, there's pressure like that.
No, really, it's kind of like a one-man pattern there.
Yeah. 2nd and 10. Handoff goes to Uzzolino. Mike runs it off tackle to the near side right of the formation, and he is swung down after a gain of 5 up to the 25.
Able to get something there and give you a 3rd and manageable here, but again, he had to bounce that out wider than you want to get right there. And Jersey Shore's defensive line seemingly slanting in the right direction every time here tonight.
3rd and 5, Warriors at their own 25, less than a minute into this second half of action. Warriors down by 4. Olsmer will be in the gun now.
Like the idea of letting Olsmer maybe have an option here to use his own feet.
3rd and 5, Logan has the snap, throws across the middle. It's complete, an immediate hit. Ball is on the ground, but I believe covered up by Dabney, and I think he has enough for a first down. We'll see after that fumble where it's spotted. It is going to be a first down.
Yeah, that was you hold your your breath on that because he had the first down, but trying to fight gets them extra yards, and that's where things like that can happen,
Immediate hit from Elijah Jordan, the quarterback, and safety on this defense. So 1st and 10, Warriors at their own 30. Heavy set once more. It's a handoff for Uzzolino, blown up in the backfield. Tackle for loss there. Owen Vandruff, the senior.
Yeah, came untouched there.
Yep, 2-yard loss.
From his defensive line position. Really, Uzzolino had no chance to do anything on that. He was contacted as soon as he had the ball in his hands. A loss of 2 for Delaware Valley.
Might look at the box score at the end of this one and say, wow, Mike Uzzolino, he didn't really have a good night, but he hasn't had much of a chance.
Yeah, it's tough when you're getting hit as soon as you get the ball in your hands.
Yeah. 2nd and 13 now, Warriors. Logan rolling out to the right. Logan stepping up, throwing deep downfield, throwing one up, and it's intercepted. Elijah Jordan. And now he's on the return. Blockers in front. Jordan switching fields, crosses midfield. Jordan inside the 40 and angles his way out at the 30. There are multiple flags.
This is going to come back. I mean, it's still going to be Jersey Shore ball, but the football, I believe, is going to be quite a ways behind where it ended up. But, yeah, Logan just underthrew that one, unfortunately.
So it is right now spotted at the Delaware Valley 30. The officials are conferring to decide.
The ones on the far side don't even know that there's a flag on this end.
Did we just have offsetting personal fouls?
That's what he signaled. I'm waiting to see. The crackback should... Well, we'll just see. They called a crackback block against the Bulldogs. I didn't see what the call was against Delaware Valley.
I think a hold. That's what was announced.
I'm not sure how that happens on the return.
Well, it could have happened on the...
But that was very late, though. That flag came in late.
Yep.
I can't imagine it was on the offensive possession. Where's that? The hold is pre-change of possession.
Yeah.
But we didn't get... Okay, they are going to mark. All right, there we go. So there's your crackback was at the 35. So they'll move it back 15 yards from the 35. The hold was pre-possession change, so obviously Jersey Shore did not want to accept that.
Yes.
And they'll take over 1st and 10 from the 50-yard line. Either way, it's a big turnover here for Delaware Valley, and Jersey Shore has a chance to make this a 2-possession game if they can put it in.
Yep, leading by 4, 9:37 to go in the half. Quick hitter across the middle, incomplete.
Got bailed
Turned
out there.
before he had it in his hands. That was Trent Severino. He likely would have had a first down.
Yeah, he was. There was nobody really close to him.
You've said, Craig, across the middle there, those quick hitters against the zone are open constantly.
Well, especially when you bring in your linebackers up the middle.
This time a short throw falls incomplete, intended for Luke Ryan. 3rd and 10, another one there where good throw from Jordan would have at least picked up about 5.
But when you're blitzing those 2 middle linebackers, the middle of the field is going to be wide open for slants.
Yep. 3rd and 10 now at midfield, Jersey Shore.
Big play for Delaware Valley here.
2 quick incompletions. Jordan in the gun, has the snap. Jordan under pressure, steps up, spins away from Ventucci, but does not get away from Joseph Kessler, who's on for his 2nd sack of the night. A loss of 2, and it's 4th and 12.
Oh, that's a really, really huge play by that defensive line. Able to get pressure really quickly on Jordan and try to use his legs, but Ventucci starts it and Kessler finishes it.
Joey Kessler, 2 sacks here tonight, and Jersey Shore now has their punting unit on the field for a 4th and 12. And it's blocked! Blocked at the line by Uzzolino. And DV will fall on it at the 25 of Jersey Shore. Mike Uzzolino, factoring in as a special teamer, sets up DV in great shape offensively.
It's a huge play for DV on special teams. Really giving your offense everything they could hope for here, starting on the Bulldogs' 25.
8:46 to go, 3rd quarter. 14-10 Jersey Shore lead. You got to score now. You got to score.
Yeah. You are starting in plus territory. You got to put points on the board, and really 3 isn't the idea here.
Offense huddling around Logan Olsmer. McGarvey is in as actually there are 2 receivers in the formation, Trey Newton and McGarvey, 1 to each side of the set. It's a handoff to Uzzolino, and Uzzolino is cut down low right at his knee. Gain of 2.
Yeah, it looked like there was a little miscommunication there. Uzzolino maybe took a false step initially. Either way, it's a pickup of, call it 2. Call it a long 2nd and 8 here.
That was an awkward-looking hit, too.
Yeah.
Mike got bent pretty bad, but he's okay.
The limberness of a young teenage body. It's something that I definitely admire at this age.
2nd and 8 at the 23. Handoff to Uzzolino. Uzzolino again. Brought down in the backfield. This is a loss of 2. There's nowhere to go.
Well, they have penetration on every play.
Yep.
There's not much you can do.
They're bringing those linebackers up, too, and
they're shooting gaps.
Yep,
so
absolutely.
When you're running, they're trying to run stretch to the right there. Mike really can never even get to that tackle, outside that tackle spot because he never gets to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a breakdown inside, between the tackles. Guard to guard, really, you're having an issue blocking up front right now.
It's immediately 3rd and 10. 5 seconds on the play clock. You don't want to have to burn a timeout. 3rd and 10. Olsmer did not get the snap off.
No. I mean,
and it's
like
a delay of game. And I got to say, I like that coach did not use a timeout.
I do too. Because, in this field position and where you're at here, you don't, it's a tight game.
Yeah.
You don't want to burn it. If it was deep in your own territory, you think about it. But in that spot, no, I don't think you want to burn that because you're in 4-down territory.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you have 3rd and 15 at the 30 of the Bulldogs now. Olsmer in the gun. Uzzolino to his right. Estevez to his left. 2 receivers to the right. And a pre-snap penalty, and it actually bails the Warriors out.
That's a break for DV.
Because it slipped through Logan's hands, the snap. But a false start makes it 3rd and 20.
That's the problem. You don't want 3rd and 20, but it's a lot better than probably what the outcome of that play would have been.
At this point, I don't think it's 4 down anymore. I think you
got to think. Yeah, you're definitely going to make a decision depending on what happens.
Yeah, exactly. Because pinning them deep is certainly not a bad option here.
If you pick up 5 or more here, you're going to go.
3rd and 20. 7:17 left in the 3rd. Olsmer under center. The offset back is Uzzolino. Logan rolling to the right. Gets a chip block from Mike. Firing down the sideline. It's incomplete. The intended target that time was Colin McGarvey. Tight coverage in the secondary from Jersey Shore. It's 4th and 20, and I would be shocked if they don't punt.
Yeah, her was all over that one in coverage, actually.
Right now the offense is on the field.
We'll see. You could see the old pooch punt here as well. It's possible.
Yep.
I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it's possible.
4th and 20 at the 35.
Not a terrible thought here. We'll see where Logan lines up.
10 seconds on the play clock.
He's going to drop back here. Not far enough, though. Not for a punt.
No. DV is going to go for this here. Oh, Logan snaps it. He's going to throw one up deep. Looking for Newton. Throws it into the end zone. Jump ball incomplete. Again, great coverage this time. It was Evan Snyder, who has really been one of the players of the game for Jersey Shore. And they're going to take over now on their own 35.
Yeah, Newton really never got open on that play. Logan trying to put it up there for his freshman, but good coverage. Would have loved to have seen some kind of drag across. You had two
streaks.
Streaks going down the side.
Yep. Defense back out there now on their own 35 for Jersey Shore. Dancing around is Jordan, throwing one up deep and incomplete.
I'll tell you what, if he had a little more touch on that's 6 points right there.
Because Uzzolino fell down, and something you've talked about, Craig, this field.
He's still down.
Yeah, Mike is down on the ground right now.
I don't know if he's cramping or if it's something more here.
Looks like he's getting stretched out.
Looks like a cramp, yeah. His calf's cramping up over there.
6:58 remaining here in the second quarter.
Take a look
at scoreboard. We haven't gotten to do that yet. We were on the same page there.
We were starting at 6 o'clock tonight, so obviously, this is all over District 2. So Wilkes-Barre-Stroudsburg tied at 7 in the first quarter. Dallas, Wyoming area tied at 7 in the first quarter. Scranton up 15-0 over Valley West. All these are in the first, unless I say otherwise. Like this one, Valley View 7-0 in the second over Crestwood. Riverside 10-0 over Hanover. That one's in the first. Old Forge 10-7 over Dunmore. Susquehanna 6-0 over Montrose. Tunkhannock 15-0 over Redeemer. Carbondale up 7-0 over Nanticoke. Pawpack 8-0 over Stroudsburg North. Honesdale 7-0 over Pocono Mountain East, and Shamokin 6-0 over Lehman.
Mike Uzzolino able to sprint off the field. He will have to sit out at least one play. 2nd and 10 now for the Bulldogs. Quick hitter to the outside. It's complete. It's Snyder slipping past tackles down the sideline. Fortunately able to be brought down by Justin Estevez, but not before a large gain. Nearly 20 yards into DV territory for a first down.
Delaware Valley has not found any answer to that quick wide receiver screen. They have really been hit time after time.
Handoff here, goes up the middle. It's bounced out, but a nice job of tackling up front by DV. That time the give was to Bo Sechrist. It looks like it's probably a loss. Maybe right back to the line.
Conklin and Kessler teaming up on that one. I think I saw Ventucci on the bottom of the pile as well.
Defensive line has played well, too.
They have.
2nd and 10 at the 47 of the Warriors. Elijah Jordan, the quarterback in the gun. And it's Bo Sechrist standing to his right. Another screen, this time to the near side, incomplete, too low. And that time the target that Jordan was going for was Carson Watkins. 3rd and 10. So this likely 4 down if you can get a couple of yards, 5 yards.
I think you got to get at least 5 there.
3rd and 10 at the 47. Jordan throws it out to the far side, complete, but a nice job of tackling. Snyder was the receiver that time. It's Estevez out there, as well as Devaney.
Looks like they're bringing the punt team on here. And Jersey Shore played the field position battle. But they've really kind of had control of most of this game.
They have. Delaware Valley defense, outside of 2, maybe 3 big plays, they have done a very nice job tonight.
Yeah, and 2 huge 4th and short stops.
Yes. Line drive punt, bounces inside the 10, fielded by, looks like Newton around the 5. He breaks a tackle, crosses the 15, and gets shoved hard out of bounds across the 20, but a nice return there from Trey Newton.
Not a lot of space to work with here on the sidelines at Jersey Shore. You got about 3 yards of grass or so, and then you're into the rocks here. Gravel.
Yes. Said it before, really, really fun atmosphere here tonight at Jersey Shore. Great crowd on hand.
Yeah, packed on the far side.
Absolutely.
And I'll tell you what, considering it's a 3-hour drive, it's a pretty good showing here from Delaware Valley.
Yep, the band has been great tonight. And a nice showing of fan support as well. 1st and 10 DV at their own 23. Olsmer takes the snap, hands it off up the middle. It is not Uzzolino. This time it is Sean Canale, and Sean spun ahead for a decent gain.
He's having a hard time getting up here.
He is shaking up a little bit. Looks like he's all right. We saw a good burst from Sean Canale last season.
Oh, yeah. Listen, he's quick. If he gets into the open field, he's a tough guy to catch. So he definitely made the most of his opportunities last season.
And he's in that number 2 tailback role, which is very important on this team. He will probably see at least 50 touches in that role this season. 2nd and 6 now at the 27. Logan under center. Again, hands it off to Canale. Canale cannot get away from this strong Jersey Shore defensive line. That time the tackle made by Owen Vandriff. It's going to be 3rd and long.
They're very active up front. They tried to run G Power to the right-hand side there, but actually backside lineman was able to kind of track it down from behind. Just keying on that guard pulls, and that tackle is following him right down the line.
It's more 3rd and medium here. 3rd and a long 5 for Delaware Valley. 4 minutes remaining 3rd quarter. It's 14-10 Jersey Shore. Listening to DV football here on the Pike 106.9. Olsmer is in the gun now. And the senior quarterback takes the snap, looks to the near side, and it's incomplete. Trying to get one there to Colin McGarvey. A little bit too much on it. Delaware Valley going to have to punt. Man, they had that one.
Yeah, you know what? McGarvey was open. Jersey Shore brought 6 up on the line of scrimmage, so Logan didn't have to worry about that outside linebacker dropping in and kind of getting in the way of that throw, and I think he just forced it a little bit there.
Logan Olsmer, great punt. Again, another booming punt that bounces around the 20. It's fielded there by Snyder, and he fumbles it out of bounds up to about the 25.
No.
And now a late hit, potentially?
Oh, definitely a late hit. That's definitely a late hit against Del Val. Well, he picked up the flag, did he?
That might have just been a ball spotting.
Well, maybe. I'm surprised. I really thought they were going to get whacked with that one. I'm not going to lie.
What a great punt from Logan Olsmer.
Yeah, it was a monster. A monster.
Change field position in a big way, and now the Bulldogs will have it at their own 25. Coming up after the game, we've got our Mike Uzzolino post-game show and our Mike Uzzolino Warrior of the Game. You won't want to miss that. 1st and 10 now for Jersey Shore. Jordan keeps it himself. Jordan cutting it up the field. There is a flag. He falls ahead across the 30, picking up about 7.
I have a feeling this one's coming back.
It did.
Just where it was thrown.
Yep, came in the area of holding, and it is holding. And the crowd over on that Bulldog side not happy.
No, not at all.
A very audible groan.
Yes. I think they really wanted that late hit on this side.
And then you immediately get that hold.
Yeah.
It's a big swing and field position.
Indeed. They might have something to complain about there.
1st and 20 now, backed up to the 15 for the Bulldogs. 3:46 remaining third quarter. Elijah Jordan, the quarterback, takes the snap, throws a screen pass complete. What a block on the outside. Slipping away from tackles here is Paul Hale. He gains, what did he get, about 5 or 6 on the play? Yeah, what a block there. That came from Trent Severino.
Yeah, you know, I talked about in that first half, these wide receivers, they're no joke blocking.
Yeah.
They get out there and they really dig it out.
And you need it when you have this running quarterback, when you're throwing these screens constantly. Here's an option play, a toss to the outside. Cut down is her. Great. Hard hit there by Justin Estevez. A gain of 5 once more, and it's going to set up a 3rd and long.
There's a Delaware Valley player down.
Yes, there's a Warrior on the field. It looks like it's Mike Uzzolino cramping once again.
Okay.
3:02 remaining here in the third quarter. It's been a bit of a defensive slugfest here in the third. 14-10 still the score. That's what we had at the halftime break as well. So Mike Uzzolino now twice has cramped up.
Yeah, you know, it's not a good sign here. Second half, when you're starting tailback and starting safety, having these issues, I can't talk enough about hydration.
Yep. And
it's not just about drinking. There's more to it. It's not just, you can't just drink water. That's not enough.
Yeah. And it's kind of shades of Ryder Machado early last season. Remember, Ryder was running out of gas a little bit because you're being asked to do so much more than you were the previous season. Obviously, Uzzolino was the number 2 back last year. Ryder Machado last season, it was his first time as the lead back. So I think it's just going to take some time for Mike to become accustomed to, I'm on the field essentially every snap in the game.
Yeah, and you just need to learn how to hydrate.
Yeah.
It's not a one-day thing. That's something that that needs to start on a Wednesday.
Wow. Yeah.
Or a Friday.
And
it's not just about the water; it's also the minerals. You need to intake more than just water. It's not just about that.
Huge 3rd and 10 now. Jersey Shore on their own 25. Jordan, the quarterback, in the gun, takes the snap, rolls to the right. Jordan stepping up, throwing one up deep, throwing up a deep pass that's incomplete. Looking for Snyder, and it's just past his outstretched arms. He had those TV defensive backs beat.
Yes, and he had a step there. That was a big sigh of relief if you're a Delaware Valley Warrior fan.
You hit him in stride. That's a 75-yard touchdown.
Yep. And boy, Snyder has been a weapon tonight for them in the passing game.
Absolutely. Brody Herr will punt it away. Angled kick towards the sideline.
Nice kick.
Bounces and takes a great roll for Jersey Shore out of bounds around the 35 of Delaware Valley. So that
nice
flips
kick
field
by her.
position about 40 yards.
Yeah. Well done there by her.
Perfect. No chance of return. You get 40 yards net. Can't do it much better than that.
2:46 to go here in the third quarter. Jersey Shore 14-10 over Del Val. And DV take over on their 35.
How about punting in this game?
It's been good.
Yeah.
It's been very good.
Elite high school punting.
Yeah.
And kicking. Good kicking, too.
Yeah.
Those things that are often overlooked.
The third phase of the game.
Loom large in a close game. 1st and 10 Warriors at their own 35, as Craig said. Olsmer under center. Usolino is in there. He'll get the carry. It was a counter play, and there was nowhere to go once again.
Just too slow developing.
Yep.
That tackle should never make that play, but he actually was upfield and beat the trap block and came back to the football. And so just, not quick enough on that long trap. Maybe they can do a little short stuff on the inside, but they have not been able to move the football between tackles here tonight.
2nd and 11, Warriors at their own 34, 2:15 to go third quarter. They trail Jersey Shore by 4. Olsmer's in the gun now, 3 receivers in this set, 1 tight end, it's Dabney. Logan Olsmer rolling out. Logan Olsmer in trouble. Olsmer gets away from 2 defenders. There is a flag. He'll throw it out of bounds. A late hit. And they're going to get that flag.
But you're going to get a hold as well.
Very late hit on Logan Olsmer. He is okay.
He's picking the gravel out of his pants there.
Yeah, you said that. The gravel right there beyond just a couple of yards of sideline.
We'll have to see how this plays out. There definitely was a hold in the backfield.
It's a hold and then a late hit.
And a late hit. So
does that offset?
I think that's going to end up offsetting. They're going to discuss it here.
Mm-hmm.
Come up with the correct interpretation. Take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard here once more. We thank Chris Kaharski and his crew at NEPAfootball.com for giving these score updates. Wilkes-Barre up 13-7 over Stroudsburg. North Pocono 6-0 over Pittston area. Valley View now up 14-0 over Crestwood. Western Wayne 14-0 over Lackawanna Trail. Riverside now 17-0 over Hanover. Dunmore with a big comeback, 21-10 over Old Forge now. That was a 10-7 game earlier. Susquehanna 13-0 over Montrose. Pawpax now up 15-0 over Stroudsburg North. Williamsport 10-6 over Hazleton. Honesdale 14-0 now over East. Are they going to mark both of these off? I think that's what they're doing. Now they're going to go 15 yards the other way. I believe. I think. Still waiting. Because he's not placed. Yes, now they're going to mark 15 yards from the 10-yard walk.
Why would you do it like this?
I understand that. No, it makes sense. It makes sense. They're marking both penalties off.
And because holding is a spot penalty, it's 10 yards from the hold.
From the spot.
Okay.
And then 15 from that spot because of the late hit.
And Delaware Valley ends up losing yards on this.
Because the hold was in the backfield.
Yep. Yeah. Wow. 2nd and 17 after those penalties. Play action fake. Logan Olsmer has some time throwing one downfield for Newton. Incomplete.
Whoa! He got tackled before the ball got there. Oh, my goodness.
Might be considered uncatchable.
Oh, boy, maybe. But, man, oh, man. That's questionable.
Yeah, Trey Newton certainly did get tackled.
He got tackled. There's no doubt about that.
The only really justifiable thing there would be that it was deemed uncatchable.
Yeah. Well, either way, it's 3rd and 17 here for the Warriors.
And they've got the I formation set here. Might just be a handoff to Mike. It is. Usolino up the middle. Gains a couple. Sets up a punt with minute 40 to go in the third quarter. DV still trailing by 4. They're going to lean on their defense once more.
One thing we have not seen tonight, we haven't seen Logan in the running game.
No, I think maybe once.
Right. Oh, quick snap here by the Warriors. And Logan gets another nice one away.
Strong punt from Logan. Fair catch signaled, hauled in by Snyder. He's ahead of the 35. 80
Logan
seconds
Olsmer's
remaining in the
looking
third.
for a roughing the kicker here, and they're getting nothing.
Coach Olsmer also looking for that call. Refs getting together to talk about it. It's not like they're going to drop a flag now.
Not likely. Not likely.
Physical game.
Indeed, it has been. Well, they are going to give it.
There is a flag here. Could this possibly be on the sideline? Sideline warning?
I don't believe so.
I don't know that you can make a call this late.
Well, we're going to see. They are. Now, was it a personal foul or was it a running into?
I thought I saw like an illegal substitution type signal. It is. It's illegal substitution.
So we're going to kick this again, or
he gained 5 yards, maybe. I don't know that
see here.
Coach has decided to accept that penalty and re-kick.
Okay.
So you move it up 5 yards.
Have to see them mark this football. It should be
like the
somewhere
35,
around the 35.
Right? Yeah, it was at the 30 before. Okay, here we go. So it is
It's
at the 35.
interesting to take that penalty.
It is, because that was a fairly decent result. See what Logan has in him here. Low kick this time. And it's going to work out.
Well,
maybe not. It's returned by Snyder. He breaks a tackle, crosses the 35, the 40.
We got another cheap hit out here on the near side.
Snyder pushed out of bounds. It ends up costing the Warriors probably about 10 yards, 7 yards. And that's it looked like Snyder would have been wrapped up immediately. I don't know how he got away.
That was a coverage issue right there. You got to really be on top of that ball there. And we've seen, obviously, Jordan is not afraid to grab the ball in the air when it's on the move in dangerous situations.
Ends up costing the Warriors about 5 yards. 1st and 10 at the 42. Here's that bubble screen to the outside, to the near side, complete. One broken tackle, but not two. Colin McGarvey in on the tackle, as well as Sean Canali.
But that's a great running play if you're the Bulldogs. That's 5 yards on first down. It's a pretty easy play. It's not real dangerous.
Yeah, and they have not been running the ball very much.
No.
That was Paul Hale on the reception, by the way. They will run it here on a designed keeper for the quarterback, an option play. And Jordan gets back to the line of scrimmage. 30 seconds left in the quarter. Jersey Shore up by 4. It's 3rd and 5. Bulldogs at their own 48. They're back up to the line, ready to go. Jordan in the gun. Takes the snap. Jordan has time. Jordan rolling to the right. Jordan steps up in the pocket, trying to get away, throws one up deep, and it's incomplete. I have no idea how Snyder, who nearly fell, reestablished himself, and then it bounced off his hands.
And Jordan looked like he was going to go to a knee in the backfield and just able to stay up, and my goodness.
Just something special about the connection between those two.
It's like watching a street ball basketball game, but in football form.
Yes. Yeah, Jordan is on the run every play, seemingly. Tosses them up to Snyder. They're a fun combination. Herr is on to punt here, 4th and 5 in the waning seconds of the third quarter. Nice punt by Herr. Newton has it around the 10. Crosses the 15. Newton to the far side of the field is spun down at about the 16-17. Not a bad return with 3 seconds to go in the quarter.
I thought maybe if he cut that upfield there, he had a little bit to work with.
Yeah, I did too.
He kind of ran outside his block as opposed to running off the block.
I kept expecting him to cut it up the field, and he just never did.
That's youth.
Yep.
You're the fast guy, right? You're
used to running away from everybody.
You think, and when you get to the varsity level, you're not necessarily the fastest guy in the field anymore.
Yep.
So DV will have to snap the ball here one time before we get to the fourth quarter. Ball's marked down to 17.
Warriors moving from left to right now. Ball spotted on the far left hash of the field. Olsmer is in the gun for this set. Logan has it. Logan throwing one up deep, throwing one up for McGarvey. It's incomplete. Pushed up right along the boundary. Nowhere to go with that football, really. That ends a scoreless third quarter. DV will have it 2nd and 10 inside their own 20, still trailing by 4. 12 minutes to go in regulation. You won't want to miss it. You're listening to Delaware Valley High School football on the Pike, 106.9.
Oliger Injury Law, because injury law is what they do. They have compassionately and successfully represented hundreds of clients harmed by car accidents, falls, defective products and machines, and medical and legal malpractice. Licensed in New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania, Oliger Injury Law works hard for their clients, and they always strive to succeed. If you've been injured, call Oliger Injury Law today at 570-296-7300, 570-296-7300, online at tristatetrial.com.
As Christmas approaches, get your tree at Old Summers Christmas Tree Farm in Sterling, Pennsylvania. Open every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday until Thanksgiving. Old Summers Christmas Tree Farm is a choose and cut farm since 1983, offering the best in quality and variety. Choose your Christmas tree from balsam, blue spruce, Engelmann spruce, Fraser fir, Douglas fir, Norway spruce, and concolor fir. Visit them online at oldsummerstreefarm.com. This year, get your Christmas tree at Old Summers Christmas Tree Farm.
Listen anywhere on your smartphone or tablet. Download the Pike 106.9 app for free.
And we come back here for our final quarter of regulation. And it begins with a pre-snap penalty for Delaware Valley. It's going to make it 2nd and 15 at the 12. DV playing in another close early season game, just as they did a year ago against Selinsgrove, and that one came down to the final play.
Yeah.
Came down to the final play on the 1-yard line. DV couldn't quite get it into the end zone. See if we are in for another classic finish like that. Don't know why a second came off the clock for a pre-snap penalty, but it did. Play action, Logan rolling to the right. Logan in trouble in his own end zone. He's got to throw it away. And he actually fires one. It looks like complete. Along the far sideline, it's complete there to Trey Newton.
I'll tell you what, Logan Olsemer probably run about 200 yards.
You're right.
I mean, that's no joke.
No, it really isn't.
He's been under every time they, even on the rollouts, he's got to roll so deep because he's got immediate pressure off the edge, seemingly every time he drops back.
Not sure where that was spotted. It looks like at about the 18, so it'll be a 3rd and 10, 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10 for DV.
It's because he was so deep in the backfield when he let go of that ball.
3 receivers to the left of the formation. Logan likely will roll that way. He will. Gets the chip block from Mike Uzzolino. Looking downfield, complete to McGarvey. He's right at the sticks. Got to the maybe 29-30. It's a first down.
Yeah, that was a really nice combination pattern out there.
Yep.
They ran outs, 5-yard outs by the slot, and McGarvey ran that curl to the inside.
Strong hands by McGarvey on that one as well.
Well-delivered ball by Logan Olsemer.
Logan's played a really good game tonight.
Yeah, one mistake, maybe one real mistake tonight.
Yeah, but it didn't cost them, fortunately. 1st and 10 now at the 29. Warriors down 4, 11-20 to go in this game. It's an eye set. It's a handoff to Uzzolino, and Uzzolino, a punishing run, gains about 4. We want to see more of that right there. Just give him even a little bit of a crease, and you know you're going to get at least some.
He's cramping up again.
Yep.
But, yeah, he made just a little cut right at the line of scrimmage.
He's looking to the sideline, but, yep, and Canale, he is coming in. So 2nd and a long 5 now. Second and a long 5. Canale in at tailback. He'll get the give. Sean lowers his shoulder, falls ahead, gains 2. This is more of that Delaware Valley style running game that we've grown to love.
Again, no real space. I mean, that was Canale running a guy over for 2 yards, basically.
Yep. 3rd and 3. If you can get a couple yards, 4 down territory.
Bannon comes on. I think they might be going with a heavy set here.
What do you do here if you're DV? Do you trust your ground game?
It's 3rd and 2. They haven't done a whole lot, I'll tell you that.
10 seconds on the play clock, 10 minutes to go in the game. It's a handoff to Canale. He has a crease. He's got a first down and nearly slipped away. Canale's got a first down and was so close to having much more.
One Elijah Jordan touchdown-saving tackle from a lead for the Warriors, and they're quick up to the line.
First down, Warriors at their own 47. 9:50 to go. DV down by 4. Back up to the line. Another handoff to Canale. Follows the block of Estevez. Crosses midfield, and Sean's got 5. Finding something in the ground game right now.
It's starting to get a little bit of crease space there, and DV again will come up quickly to the line.
Feel like they have something found. They've got Jersey Shore on their heels. 2nd and 5 now into Bulldogs territory. Canale stays in. Play action fake. Nice block from Canale. Logan keeps it himself. Wiggles his way out of bounds.
Oh,
they're going to mark him back.
He was walking forwards.
It looks like it's only a gain of about 1.
I don't know about that one.
Olsmer wanted more on that gain.
Yeah, I thought he had more too, but so what kind of messed me up there is the official looked like he was going with Logan. He didn't blow the whistle right away. It's 3rd and call it a long 3 here.
Yes.
Maybe short 4. Big down here for DV.
9:14 on the clock. 14-10 the score. Power set for Delaware Valley. The lone receiver is Newton. Handoff to Canale. He goes up the middle, has space, has a first down. And Canale, the ball is on the ground.
No.
The ball is on the ground. And Jersey Shore. Elijah Jordan, the quarterback, the do-it-all leader of this team, falls on top of it.
How many times do you see that, though? You know, he's fighting for that extra yard.
Yep.
And it just,
And I hate that for Sean because he had such a good drive.
He did, and he really had a head of steam going, and the offense really finally had momentum, right?
Yep.
They had some actual juice going there.
Yep.
And defense now have to come up with a big one.
I formation for Jersey Shore. Haven't seen much of that from them. Herr gets the give, dances around, and Brody Herr is up to the 40 on a gain of 2. 9 minutes and ticking away remaining on our game clock.
Oh, that's a killer if you're the Warriors. Finally got a little bit of momentum going on the ground. They had struggled running the football all night long.
I know. Another eye set for the Dogs. Jordan dancing around. Jordan's going to use his legs. Big opportunity on the outside. Jordan cuts it up the field. Let's see where they spot it. It looks like he's at his own 49. Sideline wants a late hit, perhaps.
I'll tell you what. Delaware Valley actually got lucky on that play because Snyder was on a stop and go, and they had a touchdown if Jordan didn't have to escape the pocket.
Yeah.
He was wide open.
It is enough for a first down up to the 49. Jersey Shore looking for a touchdown that would give them a 2-possession lead. Oh, what a play in the backfield. Huge hit in the backfield. It looks like it's going to be good for maybe a loss of 1. There is a Warrior on the ground. Couldn't see who it was who came up and made that quick hit. That's something.
If it was Vintucci, it was one of the defensive linemen.
That's something they've keyed on, I think, because that's twice now on that kind of, I don't know what to call it, fullback.
Yeah, almost like a counter almost.
Yeah, twice now, immediately hitting the backfield. We've got a Warrior down on the field being stretched out. We'll take a quick break here. You're listening to Delaware Valley High School football on Pike County's hometown station.
We'll keep it here.
8:21 on the clock. Jersey Shore leading by 4. It was Justin Estevez, who's had a nice game. A couple of receptions. He's made some key tackles as well from his inside linebacker spot. 8:21 on the clock. Both teams have all 3 timeouts. Jersey Shore. It's hard to say that, Jersey Shore. When you have to say it a million times in the game, it's hard to say that. Jordan in the gun takes the snap, screen to the near side, complete. This time it's Snyder. Snyder trying to get away. He will not. Coming in to finish off that tackle, Dylan Bannon.
Nice job there by Bannon, and even Dylan Lynch got out there from his defensive end position.
Doesn't get much bigger than this. 3rd and 9 at midfield, under 8 to go in the game. DV needs this stop. Would love to get some pass rush here. Jordan has it. Has some time. Jordan rolling out under pressure. He is taken down. Kessler, 3rd sack of the night. He's been one of the breakout stars in this game. Joey Kessler off the edge.
And Jordan never felt him coming.
Nope.
He rolled away, but Kessler was untouched, and he showed a burst of speed off of that edge.
9-yard loss on the play, 4th and 18. Herr will punt.
Bit of a coverage sack there, too, because
there was
they were trying to go for the big play there.
Another punt from Herr.
Well, that's a big one.
Over the heads of Newton and McGarvey. Newton having trouble with it, has to just fall on top of it inside the 10. A few times we've seen these kicks going over the heads of the DV return men.
Yeah, they've had a real problem tonight in the return game. I think they've done pretty well in the coverage game tonight, but the return game they got some things to clean up. Let's put it that way, and not up front, but back on the back end. That's a killer. You're starting on your own 8-yard line now.
Absolutely, got to go 92 yards now. 1st and 10 at your own 8. DV down by 4, and still no points scored in this second half after tons of explosive offense in the first half. This has been a grinder of a game.
Oh boy. You're not kidding. Let's see if DV can once again kind of establish the run game.
It's Uzzolino in there now. Power set. Handoff to Mike up the middle. Mike keeps his legs going and falls ahead for up to the 12 for 4 or 5.
And just ball security is
of
utmost importance here. We've seen a couple fumbles here tonight. The turnover battle's really been an issue here.
Yeah. Wouldn't this be a nice time for one of those 15 play, 7 minute?
Yeah. This is the time. If you're going to do it, this is when you want to have it happen.
Yep. 2nd and 6 at the 12. DV in no hurry right now. 3 seconds on the play clock. Logan gets the snap off, gives it to Uzzolino. Not much to go. Not much to work with there.
No, going to be
about
maybe 2.
So it's going to be 3rd and 4.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Are they going no gain? No, they give him a 1.
Wow.
Well, this is a big time in the game right here. 3rd and 5.
Yeah.
Deep in your own territory. Ball marked at the 13. 6 minutes to go, down by 4.
I don't know that you can afford to keep going with this slow tempo.
Yeah, because if you don't make this first down, you're in a tough spot here.
Yeah. Coming out in the eye. Crowd really getting into it for the Bulldogs. 3rd down. Play action. Logan rolling out. Throwing back to the middle of the field for Newton. Jump ball incomplete. And it was Evan Snyder.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. He was open. And, Logan maybe just didn't lead him quite enough there.
Yeah.
Because it gave Snyder enough time to catch up. But Newton definitely had a step.
High hanging kick from Logan. Fielded by Snyder, immediately brought down. He falls into Warriors territory up to about the 46.
Now you're going to have to think about, here's the thing. So Jersey Shore, are they going to try to kill the clock, or are they going to throw the football?
Yeah, are they going to stick with what they've been doing or go to that 4-minute offense?
Get away from your bread and butter here.
I know. Well, they did. They had come out in the eye multiple times on the previous possession.
And that did not work.
Yeah. Reminder, after the game, we've got our Mike Uzzolino post-game show. And the Uzzolino Warrior of the game. Here's a handoff up the middle to Sechrist. Bo Sechrist inside the 45 up to the 42 on a gain of 4. 5:25 to go. DV down 4. They have all 3 timeouts.
You cannot allow this to be a first down on the ground here. You got to get a stop here.
We have a whistle on the field.
Maybe
I think a player has blood. Yep.
Yeah.
Sechrist.
Yeah, so Bo Sechrist will have to go off for a play here.
And it brings in Brody Herr. So.
Not a big difference there.
No.
And Jordan going to do a little directing of his wide receivers here.
Here's a screen pass to the outside blockers in front. Nice tackle by Justin Estevez.
He's gonna have enough for a first down.
It is enough for a first down, but that could have been the game right there.
Yeah.
You don't come up with that tackle. The reception made by Luke Ryan.
They do such a good job of blocking those plays on the outside.
I keep thinking one of these times you got to be able to get through, and it's just like you said all game long. These receivers so strong outside blocking. They've been pulling their tackle.
And DV clock running now.
Yep, 4:45. Here's another quick hitter to the outside, complete. And falling down is the receiver, Paul Hale. He gains 3, maybe 4. Clock running, 4:30 to go.
Yeah, honestly, falling down right there, not a terrible outcome for the Bulldogs because it's going to keep the clock running.
Yeah, there's a chance he could have ended up out of bounds as his momentum would have maybe taken him to the sideline. 4:20 in this game. 14-10 Bulldogs lead it. One more first down and it gets very sketchy for DV. 2nd and 6. Jordan's going to keep it himself, and he's brought down from behind. There is a flag. Look who it was again. It was Kessler again.
Now, interesting. You have to think that's probably a hold.
I would think.
Should stop the clock. It is a hold. So you're going to... Do you take the penalty?
I think
probably
you have to.
You
do.
Yeah.
Because it's 2 down territory on a 3rd and 6.
Yep. Does stop the clock, though.
Yep. Now, if you had declined it, the clock stays stopped, right? It would have been 3rd and 6 with a stopped clock versus 2nd and 16. Officials resetting the play clock.
Yeah, they ran a second off.
Oh. They are running the clock. That makes no sense. The clock is running. Off an accepted penalty. Jordan throwing downfield has a man. It's intercepted. Threw it right into the waiting arms of Colin McGarvey. What a huge play by this defense. He had a man. It was Carson Watkins, but overthrew him right to McGarvey.
I think he didn't see the safety over the top there.
Yeah.
Thought he had a touchdown, essentially, but McGarvey playing center field there. And there is life on the near sideline here.
Certainly is.
Ball spotted at the 29-yard line. 3:57 to go here in the game. Delaware Valley has all 3 timeouts. So,
yep. Both teams, all 3 timeouts. DV moving from right to left. Uzzolino is the tailback. 15 on the play clock. And a late substitution. Oh, my. You got to get to the line and you got to snap it.
Oh, 7-5.
5. 3. Logan gets the snap off, hands it off to Uzzolino. Uzzolino bounces off 2 tackles. Gets up to the 35 on a gain of 6. That's all you can ask for on first down. 3:25 this clock. DV still going slow.
Yeah,
yeah.
Not in a big hurry. I mean, I get it. You got all 3 timeouts. This is it.
This is it. This is it. Yep. This is the money possession.
This is 4 down territory no matter where you are at this point.
Yep. We tick under 3 minutes to go. Jersey Shore up 4. Handoff. Uzzolino has a crease, gains a couple. They're going to give him forward progress to the 38. It will be 3rd down and 2.
You're going to have to throw the ball at some point here.
Yeah,
you don't have enough time.
I think you maybe run it here. You try to get the first down, and then that's it. You can't keep doing this. 2:40 to go. 3rd and a long 2. DV back up to the line, but there's some confusion. Some of these young, inexperienced guys not used to a 2-minute drill. Another handoff to Uzzolino, trying to fight for a first down. He falls ahead, and I think he just has it, yes.
Now they have to stop the clock and move the chains.
Yep.
You need to be quick here now. So you should be taking advantage of this time. You maybe want to call two plays every time you come to the sideline here. We're going to restart this clock as soon as the change gets set.
It's going now. 2:20. 14-10 the score. Warriors in the huddle. My goodness. It's moving really slow. 1st and 10 at their own 40, 2:10 to go.
Gotta do something.
Yeah, you need more urgency than this. Play action, Logan rolling out. Logan stepping up, he'll use his legs. Slips past one tackle, Logan still going. Falls ahead near midfield, a yard short of a first down. Clock will run. Clock will run. I think it's not going to be a timeout. I would have considered it.
Sneak it quick here.
Yep, get up to the line quick, pick up this first down.
Get the first down, and you need to have a play called here.
1:40 on the clock. It's
sneak.
a handoff to Uzzolino. He's got a first down and more into Jersey Shore territory, up to the 45. Clock stops momentarily with 95 seconds to go. Timeout, Jersey Shore.
Okay, they want to blow it. They want to take a little bit of a break here.
Sensing that their defense might be on their heels. Coach Gravish will take a timeout, and now the ball is spotted at the 44. So 1st and 10 DV, they're at the 44 of the Bulldogs. Minute 35 to go, trailing by 4. Also, I know we've been preaching urgency. I think you could stick with the ground game now with the timeouts that you have.
You do have all 3 timeouts. I know we were questioning Coach, but I do believe I want to have 2 plays called in the huddle, at the sideline if I can. And just have a signal on the sideline. Look, if you want to switch it, have a signal to come over. But,
sure.
I mean, a minute 35, you got all 3, but it just feels like not a lot of time.
It's been a fun game.
It has. And reminiscent of that Selinsgrove game.
If you're Coach Olsmer, you got to keep playing these teams out in the center of the state because they make for some really competitive football games.
So as you said, 1:35 to go here in the game. Ball marked on the Jersey Shore 44-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Warriors.
All right. Warriors back out onto the field. That Selinsgrove final last year, 28-21.
No.
Is this a...
Thought he called a timeout. He tried to call a timeout.
Coach is sick about that one.
Yeah, because he tried to call a timeout when he saw the issue and they threw the flag before he had a chance to call it.
Yep.
That's a killer.
That hurts.
It definitely hurts, especially when you're running the football so well.
Yeah, now...
Put yourself behind schedule.
It's tough to stick with that. Now 1st and 15, backed up to the 49.
Oh, boy. And they were in the heavy set.
Now they're in just the standard eye with Justin and Mike as the backs behind Logan. Play action, Logan has some time now. He's running out of it, and he is sacked.
You got to call a timeout now.
That's a loss of 6.
You have to call a timeout. Yeah.
And they will. That penalty, it took you out of what you were able to do.
Yeah, it took you out of what you were planning and what you had been doing, and now you have a 2nd and
21.
Over 20.
Yep.
Well, they're going to mark it, probably right about 20.
Yep. Yeah, got to get to the, 34 for a first down, and it's spotted at the 45.
Obviously, it's, you're taking 2 downs here, but no matter. You just had to burn a timeout, and you lost field position.
Yeah.
So
that hurts.
That's a killer.
And, hey, let's give some credit to Coach Gravish over there on the Jersey Shore sideline, kind of stealing momentum away from DV.
Yeah, they really had something going, and all it takes is a couple, dead ball, right? Dead ball foul, and one bad play. Take a quick look at some of the scores around the area. Stroudsburg now up 14-13 over Wilkes-Barre. Maybe a little bit of a surprise. Dallas and Wyoming area tied at 21. Valley View still 14-0 over Crestwood. Riverside big over Hanover, 34-0. Dunmore 28-22 over Old Forge. Williamsport 10-6 over Hazleton.
So it's officially 2nd and 18. Warriors at their own 46, down 4, minute 22 in this game. Both teams 2 timeouts left apiece. Olsmer in the gun, Uzzolino to his right. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Logan will roll out to the right. Nice block from Uzzolino. Logan across the middle, and it is complete up to the 40 of Jersey Shore. Guess who it is again? Trey Newton. And that's a gain of 14. 3rd and 4 clock is running. Minute 5 to go. DV quickly back up to the line.
3rd and about 6 here.
Do you run it?
No.
Okay. 3rd and 5 officially. Olsmer will roll out. He's under pressure. Takes off with his legs. Falls ahead. Has a first down. Clock stops, 52 seconds to go.
Gotta
I think
go
you
quick.
spike it. I think you get up to the line and spike it here. That looks like what they will do, signaled by Logan. Clock running 50 seconds, and they will spike it. 48.
Oh, come on now.
About an extra second ran off the clock.
A little hometown scoreboard action going on here.
48.2 to go. They do have tenths of a second on this scoreboard. I think that's maybe why it looked so bad to us.
Maybe.
The tenths of a second. It was no more than a second that came off.
No.
48.2. 2nd and 10. Warriors have it at the 33 of Jersey Shore, trailing by 4. They need a touchdown.
Yeah,
there's no playing for a field goal.
Can't really run the football. I mean, you still have
You have two timeouts. Two timeouts. But I think it's tough to run it here.
I would agree. Unless you have something special drawn up. Showing pressure up.
Yeah, but they will back off. Logan rolling to the right. Logan under pressure, throwing across the middle for McGarvey. He hauled it in. He threw it behind, and McGarvey hauled it in.
Well, we have
there is a
in
flag.
The backfield, and that is not in a good area.
Nope.
That is not in a good area.
With 40 seconds on the clock.
Oh, boy, that's a killer. That is a killer.
What a great catch by Colin McGarvey.
Yeah. Logan doing a nice job stepping up and away from pressure. Oh, my goodness.
Backed up to the 41. Two big penalties on this drive.
In the backfield, so it's a 12-yard penalty, maybe more than that, actually.
See what they officially have it as. 2nd and 19 officially. And the officials will reset the clock. Crowd really
Why is the
getting
clock
into
running?
It. Oh, my. Why is the clock running?
You can't stop. You can't. Oh,
that's
my
terrible.
Goodness.
Warriors just lost 5 seconds. Logan throwing one downfield, has McGarvey at the 30. He's down. Timeout Olsmer.
Okay.
Timeout Olsmer. Clock running.
The clock is still running.
Man, this is ridiculous.
Come on now.
It's gotten really out of hand with this clock here. The Warriors at this point have lost about 8 seconds. And you and I are watching it like a hawk. The Warriors have lost 8 seconds.
Yeah.
That's a play. That's a full play that they've lost. So it's 3rd and about 6 with the ball up to the 30 of Jersey Shore. DV just 1 timeout remaining. You're looking at 2-3 plays remaining in this game, depending on how it plays out.
Yep.
That's frustrating with the clock, and if you have volunteers, you don't expect it to be, precision, but
probably not volunteering the clock operator. Just
no.
Nope.
Well, then no excuses. But why was it running after that?
Right.
That penalty.
Yeah, you can hear we hear the whistle. We look, and it's still going.
That was terrible. It was running after what was a spike, and then a penalty after the spike.
Yeah.
The clock can't be running there. There's just no excuse for that.
Ah, goodness.
3rd and 6 at the Jersey Shore 30. I love this dog pound, Craig.
Yeah.
They are raucous. 28 seconds to go. Logan's got to pull one out of his hat. Olsmer has it. Under pressure. Fires to the sideline. It's complete. And Newton will scurry his way out of bounds. Did Trey get that first down? I think so.
Yes.
He did. And he got out of bounds with 22.7 on the clock. Love that quick hitter there.
Yeah, big cushion on the outside there, and DV able to take advantage. That's big. Oh, they didn't. They marked him short by a yard.
Oh, my.
Oh, my goodness. They marked him short.
I think you got to run the ball now.
How do you do that?
4th and 1.
You cannot be short there.
Yeah, and we're at a bad angle. It's hard to tell where.
No, I'm just saying you can't mark it short, and they're short a guy on the field.
Coach Olsmer is incensed.
He's going to have to take his final time. Unreal. He is
as
livid.
Angry as I have ever seen him in 4 years of doing these games.
And I can't blame him because that's his last time out.
I have never seen Coach Olsmer that animated. He is screaming at his team.
And that's just a lack of concentration and mental. Your head's not in the game.
Yeah, and that's a freshman.
Well, I don't think it was the freshman on that particular one, actually.
That wasn't Newton?
No, I think it was...
was it McGarvey?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bad mistake. That's a bad mistake.
Massive mistake. Because you still had... Now the middle of the field's not open for you.
No.
And it was when you had a timeout.
Well, it is in the sense that you can get back up to the line and spike it.
Even it's a challenge though. If it's 10 or 15 yards downfield,
well, you'd be picking up a first down.
Yeah, true.
Because it's
true.
4th and 1.
But you got to get on the ball.
Yeah, you got to go. It really, the way it kind of plays out now is you try to get a first down, spike it, and then you have 1 or 2 end zone shots.
Well, here's the problem: you have 4th and 1 here. So
yeah, you got to get a first.
You have to call play in the huddle or spike it instantly.
Are they going to run the ball here? I set Estevez and Uzzolino in the game right now. I think they're going to run it.
I think they're going to sneak it here.
Yeah, that's a good call. 4th and 1. DV needs this first down.
No sneak.
Hand it off to Mike. Mike falls forward. I think he's got a first down.
You got to spike.
You got to get up to the line. 18 seconds. You got to be ready to spike this football. 18 seconds to go.
Line.
It is a first down for DV. Spike the ball. You got to spike the ball. Wow. Play action fake. Logan throwing for the end zone. Throwing one up. Incomplete. Incomplete with 7 seconds left. Well, for the second year in a row, DV going to come down to the final play. Last year, it was on the 1-yard line, down 7. This time, they're on the 21 of Jersey Shore, down 4.
Oh, boy.
1, maybe 2 plays. Probably not going to be 2 plays with this clock operation.
Definitely not.
This is it. This is it. Does Jersey Shore take a timeout here?
I mean, I think I look at what Delaware Valley lines up in, and I certainly would consider it.
Right now, Dabney is isolated. They're going to change that formation up. Play clock is at 0.
What? How is that possible?
Delay of game.
Oh, you cannot have that. And I don't know how big a difference it makes. It's 5 yards at this point on the last play, but they're trying to isolate Newton here on the near side.
What I'll say is you could do a quick hitter to the sideline. If they're going to give that, we'll see. DV at the 26, 7 seconds to go. They need to get into the end zone. Logan has it. Rolling to the right. There is a flag on the field. Logan throwing one for the end zone for Newton. Incomplete. He had him.
Half a second.
There's half a second to go. Logan had Newton in the end zone open.
He did. Now, I don't know what the flag looks like.
Signal is it's on DV.
Yeah.
False start.
You get one more play here.
Yep.
Or is this a time runoff play? I don't think a false start is supposed to be a dead ball.
Yeah.
Should have been a dead ball.
Yeah, right.
There should be 7.5 seconds left.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
There should be 7.5 seconds left.
But
on a false start.
Yeah, that's a
dead ball.
It's a pre-snap penalty.
The play should have never happened. If it's a false start, that play should have been blown dead.
Yeah.
And there should be 7.4 seconds on the clock after you mark off the penalty.
What's going on now?
Now they're not even... What did they call? They didn't call a false start right there.
I have no idea. So it's at the 31 now. This is it. Final play. DV from the Jersey Shore 31. They need a Hail Mary into the end zone. Final play. All comes down to this.
Are they going to run this clock?
A fun night of action. Logan gets the block from Uzzolino. He has to hoist one up. Throws one for the end zone. There's no one around. It's incomplete. No flags that I can see, and that will do it. That will do it. Jersey Shore, they win it in their home opener 14-10. DV gave it a ride there at the end, but penalties really came back to haunt them.
Oh, yes.
14-10, once again the final. Jersey Shore, they move to 2-0 on the season. DV falls to 0-2. This was a really good one here tonight. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll wrap it up on the Michael Uzzolino post-game show. This is Delaware Valley High School football on the Pike, 106.9.
Looking to buy or sell your home in the tri-state area? Meet Michael Uzzolino, your trusted realtor at Iron Valley Real Estate Tri-State, located in historic Milford, Pennsylvania. With a passion for helping people, Michael makes you his top priority. Expect timely, reliable, and personalized service every step of the way. Whether you're downsizing, upsizing, or relocating, Michael ensures a smooth, stress-free transaction. Trust Michael Uzzolino to turn your real estate dreams into reality. Visit Michael at michael.ironvalleyrealestatetristate.com and start your journey with the best.
When the game is on the line, the Warriors count on their coaches to help them come out on top. Just like you can count on the experts at Ulsimer Clark Insurance to tackle all your insurance needs. From business to personal, auto to home, Ulsimer Clark Insurance has the skill to find the right coverage at the right price to help you protect what matters most. As an independent insurance agency, Ulsimer Clark gives you the power of choice. Visit ulsimerclark.com to learn more about how you can protect what matters most to you with the help of Ulsimer Clark Insurance. Oliger Injury Law, because injury law is what they do. They have compassionately and successfully represented hundreds of clients harmed by car accidents, falls, defective products and machines, and medical and legal malpractice. Licensed in New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania, Oliger Injury Law works hard for their clients, and they always strive to succeed. If you've been injured, call Oliger Injury Law today at 570-296-7300, 570-296-7300, online at tristatetrial.com.
The Warriors are in action. Catch the play-by-play all season here on the Pike.
Heartbreaker for Delaware Valley. Something we've grown sadly accustomed to early in the season for DV, falling just a little bit short. This time 14-10 at the hands of the Jersey Shore Bulldogs. And Craig just said it off air. No points in the second half. No points. I mean, what an absolute grinder this game turned into. DV had their chances late.
Yeah.
They had that nice drive about midway through the fourth quarter that ended in a fumble. And then here at the end, just some mental mistakes that led to penalties. Stepping out a yard short of a first down, that's the tough one, really. And it led to Coach Olsmer having to use his final timeout and ultimately put DV in a position where they were hoping for a miracle and couldn't deliver.
Yeah, it's a tough way to end the game there for Delaware Valley, and you seemingly have some momentum, but it wasn't to be tonight. And shades of week one last year. They had the momentum going and they just couldn't finish. Tonight, they had their shots, right? They had their opportunities. You had the costly turnover just inside Jersey Shore territory about halfway through the fourth. Your defense just plays stellar in the second half.
Absolutely.
What can you say about that after the two huge fourth and short stops in the first half to keep the team in the game, really? And you hold this Bulldogs team to no points in the second half.
Very impressive.
And you're talking about a defensive squad that has 3 returning starters.
Yes.
This is not like an experienced defensive unit out here.
No, this isn't last year's defense.
Boy, it's a tough one. You hold a team that scored 28 last week against
the
Dallas,
state runner-up.
Against a good Dallas football team. Hold them to 14 points. I think if you came into the night and you told Coach Olsmer your defense is going to give up 14 tonight, I think he'd feel he probably has a decent shot at winning that game.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, in the first half, really first 3 quarters, could not move the football on the ground for the life. Fourth quarter, the running game finally comes alive, but just too many mental errors. And, they still had a chance to run the football until those mental errors put them in long-distance situations inside 2 minutes to go. Then you have to throw the football. You don't have a choice.
And you wonder, too, we talked about how loud this crowd was. That had to play a factor.
It's possible.
Some of these young guys, they haven't played in front of a crowd like this necessarily, and so that gets you a little bit, the nerves ratcheted up a little bit. And
I think you see the potential here.
Absolutely.
Okay, this team has potential.
Yeah, and that's good news.
Right. I think you can see it. It's just they have to mature and they have to be able to put things together in rhythm. You have to be able to put things together and not hurt yourself. I thought Logan played pretty well tonight. Made a couple mistakes. One real mistake. But again, he was running for his life pretty much all night long.
Yeah.
He didn't. Now, when they just stayed in the pocket, he actually got pretty decent protection in the pocket. But seemingly on the rollouts, he was kind of running all night long. Yeah.
What can you do?
What can you do?
What can you do?
You know what? You go watch some film, and you see what you can fix, and you move forward. And look, there's another team coming to town next week that wears orange, and they're going to be pretty darn good too.
Yes, they are. Yep. That's Central York. We'll talk about that a little bit more in a second. You gotta focus on the positives. That's what I've come to learn, because Delaware Valley always challenges themselves early in the season. You end up with some of these losses, and so you look for those glimmers of hope. And there were plenty of them here tonight. Two really stand out to me. One, the passing game. The passing game,
there's big potential.
We were really worried because you lose your top 5 leading receivers. You lose Jaden Ramirez, who was a stud for years, just like a route technician maestro type. You lose him, you lose Aiden Black, and you lose other contributing pieces. Obviously, Justin Kalitsnik out of the backfield, Ryder Machado, Jackson Corey, Kyle Chayback. You lost everything in your passing game, essentially.
Yeah.
We didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
They've got guys.
They do.
Colin McGarvey, Trey Newton, Dabney. Dabney's going to be a matchup nightmare in District 2.
Yeah.
So they've got a good quarterback. They've got good pass-catching options. If they can get their offensive line going, we know the running game will get going too. So there's some real potential with this offense.
Yeah, they just, they need to play within themselves, not beat themselves, and, just settle down a little bit.
Yeah.
But it starts up front, though. If you can't control the line of scrimmage, there's not really anything else that comes off that, right?
No.
So they have some work to do between the tackles. But that's what you got.
The other real positive that I took away is our Michael Uzzolino, warrior of the game. And,
yeah,
I mean, man, did he show up big. 3 sacks in the game. And we're going with Joey Kessler.
Yeah, Joey, boy, he caused a lot of problems on the defensive side of the ball for the Bulldogs tonight. So, hey, it was great to see him kind of break out.
Yeah.
Luke Brzezinskis, the returning starter on the opposite side, probably gives him a little bit of opening, because I'm sure offenses are kind of concentrating on number 20, and 22 taking advantage of it.
And that was an area that we were a little bit worried about how they were going to fill that spot. Aiden Black, obviously, is the player who's vacating that edge rusher, outside linebacker, defensive end, whatever you want to call it. Aiden Black, Stanford commit, 4-year starter, legend of the program, is who's leaving that spot. And Kessler, he flashed an ability that, obviously it's still going to be a void, but maybe not as large as we thought coming into the season.
Yeah, you know what? And you look at what the defense did tonight. Outside of 2 plays where they had terrible tackling, they have a shutout.
Yeah.
You're
right.
2 big plays.
It's absolutely
and 2
true.
plays that really should not have been touchdowns. If you kind of take care of business. So look, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of tackling work done in practice this coming week. Probably a lot of mental testing on the offensive side of the football, trying to make sure guys are paying attention and processing information. If you fix those 2 things, you can make a big difference, I think, between the lines next week. But we do have a pretty stiff test coming to Warrior Stadium for the first home game.
Yeah, let's quickly look ahead to that game. It'll be a 6 p.m. kickoff once again, just like this one was. Central York, so they actually played yesterday against Manheim Township. They lost 28-10.
Okay.
So Central York is 1-1 on the season, but they're coming off of another dominant year where they went undefeated all the way through until losing to Harrisburg, which Delaware
we
Valley
know about
fans,
them.
Yeah, we know what they have there. So and Central York only lost by 7 in that state playoff game.
Yeah. And Manheim has a very, very, very good program. So don't take anything from that loss.
Yes. So Central York, really, really tough team. A team that Delaware Valley has met in the state playoffs in the past at Warrior Stadium. So it'll be another trip for them up to Milford, and we'll have coverage for you starting around 5:35 p.m. with the Michael Uzzolino countdown to kickoff. And then we'll have all the game action for you for the home opener. Starting around 6, DV will be searching for its first win of the season. Well, it's just about time for us to wrap it up. Again, the final score here tonight was 14-10, but before we do so, we have some thank yous to hand out to everybody who made this broadcast possible. We'd like to thank Jack George, who was running the board, producing this show back in the Pike 106.9 studios. First time working with Jack, and it was a pleasure. We would also like to thank the Pike 106.9 management and staff. Bud and Julie Williamson, thank you for allowing us to be on the air and broadcast these football games. And, of course, all of our sponsors who made tonight possible. Olsmer's Tree Farm, Oliger Injury Law, Little Pediatrics, Action Bikes and Outdoor, Primetime Meats, the law firm of Oliger and McIntyre, Olsmer Clark Insurance, and the sponsor of our post-game show, your trusted realtor, Michael Uzzolino. Thank you to all of our sponsors. We thank you so much for your support throughout this 2024 season. Once again, the final score here from Thompson Street Stadium. Jersey Shore 14, Delaware Valley 10. DV will be back in action in 1 week with an 0-2 record taking on Central York. We'll have the coverage for you right here on Pike 106.9. For Craig Brown, I'm Jake Graziano. Have a good night and a great weekend.